Okay, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to some of you. Right, I hope you guys have enjoyed Adam's session, very powerful session on investing just now. Okay, and in my session right now, we're going to move on to trading, which is more like short term to swing trading, right? Where my time horizon will be much shorter than an investor. Okay, and I'll share with you guys how I trade and identify this thing called market manipulation, right? And how I generate consistent profits in the market using this strategy, the price action manipulation strategy. Okay, so before I begin, guys, make sure you can see my screen over here and you guys can hear me clearly. Okay, the volume is controlled at your side. So whether you're watching through your iPad, your iPhone, or your laptop, right, make sure uh, you increase the volume high enough so you can hear me clearly. Okay. And once you're good to go, guys, just type something in the chat so I know that you are ready and that we can begin. Okay, just type something, just type hi or just type ready. So I get a feel that you guys are ready to go and we can begin. Okay, just type something in the chat, guys. Okay, get me very okay, very good, guys. So I see that all of you are still a lot of you are still very, very enthusiastic about the session today, right? Okay. Okay, very good. I see that there's many of you from different parts of the world. Some of you are from Philippines, US, Canada, Australia, right? And around the region, Malaysia, Indonesia, right? Thanks for joining in, guys. In case, yep, Singapore, Jasmine, I saw. Okay. Cambodia, Canada, Germany, India, Switzerland, Turkey, right? So good to see everyone. Right, thanks for taking a time out to join into the webinar. Even Egypt, Thailand, Hong Kong, right? South Africa, Vancouver, New Zealand, Bhutan. Wow, it's a very international crowd, right? Okay, so thanks for joining into the session today, right? I hope you guys have enjoyed the black market webinar so far. Okay, so I believe that some of you who are watching this webinar, right? You guys will be some of you are considered based on what my team has told me. About 10-20% of you are considered. You're already trading, and some are considered experienced traders, right? And I'll say that for experienced traders, right, what I'm going to share later on will definitely help you to improve your trading for performance, right? If you are very new to market manipulation, what I'm going to share with you will give you a different perspective on how to trade alongside the big boys. And majority of you, based on what my team has told me, you are basically a new trader or beginner trader. Okay. And I'll define, let's say, a beginner trader as someone probably you traded 1 or 2 years, but you're losing money, making money, losing money, making money, and eventually maybe going around in circles, right? And yeah, now you actually want to actually join a trading program to turn things around, right? And to become consistently profitable from here on. All right. And that's what I'm going to help you guys in today's webinar. And if you are very new to trading, maybe because at your stage of your life right now, you find that you are ready to get started. I'm sure many of us, right, along the way, right, we have heard about trading. Some started earlier, some started later, right, because of family commitment, work commitment. And if you are here today, right, then today will be a new beginning, right? Today is the day to get started. I've students who started when they have a kid, right, or they left their job, or they're in retirement, or there are some who just want to hustle, right, and during holidays, right, they want to learn an alternative skill set, right, or they find that their job is too mundane and they want to outperform their peers, right? So they want to learn this skill set to earn extra income, right? So these are things that I met many traders from different walks of life, right, throughout my journey as a trainer. Okay, and I believe that what I'm going to share with you guys here today about market manipulation will definitely help you guys, right? Whether you're new traders or a experienced trader. Okay, so I've spoken at large events before, sharing my opinion about my views of the market, right? Especially start of this year, right? In Singapore, I met a lot of my students, and perhaps some of you have joined at in Singapore Marina Bay Sands, right? Thousands of you have joined the event, sharing I share my thoughts of the market. And in today's webinar, I'll share with you guys my basically a outlook for 2026, even before 2026 starts. Okay, so you have a precursor of what I'm going to about to share, even for 2026, right? So I'll share about my views on the market later on, right? Where are the opportunities in the stock market, right? The US market, Hong Kong, China market, and even the cryptocurrency market. Okay. So guys, take some time to take a look at this disclaimer, right? I'm not a financial advisor. I need to show you guys this, right? Why I share with you guys here is how my thought process as a trader, how I approach the market, and how I use my trading strategy called price action manipulation. Okay, so take some time to look through this disclaimer first. And whatever I'm going to share with you guys today, guys, right, can be applied to trading stocks, crypto, forex, and futures, and even CFD if you are using CFD to trade, like stocks or even other instruments. Okay, so it's very versatile strategy for you guys to use, right, in your trading. I even have students who are investing, but they use the price action manipulation strategy, right, or we call it in short PAM strategies, to help them to enter and exit the markets. Okay, so this is going to be my webinar agenda, right? Of course, like I mentioned just now, I'll show you guys my view of the market, right, and what are the opportunities for 2026, right, and ways you can take advantage and profit from the market manipulation. Okay, and the market manipulation that's happening right now in the US market, Hong Kong, China market, and even the crypto markets. I'll share with you guys some examples across these markets. Specifically, I'll share with you guys this very generic form of market manipulation called bull traps and bear traps. Okay, with a lot of examples, right? How I made hundreds of thousands of dollars in all these markets, right? Even in like crypto recently, right? Like Zcash, how I catch the 10x in Zcash recently, even though the entire crypto market came down, right? So these are things that I use, right, to help me to get asymmetric return in the markets. What do we mean by asymmetric return is by taking small risks, you aim for high return, right? So that when you my approach has always been to use minimal risk for high return, so that you quickly make that return, so that it can cushion you when the market retrace 10 or 20%. Like what we are doing, like what the crypto market is, and even the US market is encountering right now, right? Okay, because trades that when you are taking, right, I aim for those kind of asymmetric return, right? And so even in times like this sell down, right, doesn't really hurt my entire portfolio. In fact, my crypto portfolio is still up for this year, right? And it's cushioned by some of the picks that I've taken, right, earlier this year, like Zcash, XRP, and so on, right? So I'm going to cover more on crypto markets later on. In fact, I'll share with you guys my exclusive 2026 crypto watch list later. Okay, the thing is this, guys, in terms of market retracement like this, right, you need to keep your cool, right? I think Adam mentioned just now, I was watching Adam's webinar as well, right? You have to be greedy when everyone is fearful, right? But I would say that also that you cannot lose your cool, right? What sets a trader, a successful trader and investor apart is you need to maintain your cool, right? Manage your risk properly in times like this, right? But also be open to what? Capturing the opportunities that will come later on. Prepare yourself for opportunities that will come later on. Because sometimes when there is blood in the street, it's the best time to position yourself, get ready, right? Your positions, right? Before the market start to turn up. Okay, you don't want to buy something where it's too obvious. When something is not so obvious when you buy, right? Okay, usually that gives you the best risk reward. Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys this, right? My watch list for 2026. I took a few days to actually come out with this list, because I think through like what is the kind of narrative that could happen in 2026. Okay, so I'll exclusively share with you guys later on. My mental model for multi-bagger stocks and crypto. So like I said about asymmetric return, right? Usually we go for things like that can multi-bag, whether in stock market or even crypto market. But you need to have that correct mental model. Okay, later I'll share with you guys the mental model for stocks and crypto. Okay, and towards the end of the webinar, right, based on what you guys have learned today, right, I will share with you guys 3 stock opportunities to look out for right now that I'm watching right now. Some of them I'm monitoring, some of them I already have positions in. Okay, and then we'll go into some Q&A session later on as well. All right, so let's move on. And also, I think that I know some of you have seen my background, but I'll say that let me give a quick overview on what's my how do I get myself involved in trading. Okay. By the way, guys, if you have any questions, right, you can use the Q&A tab, right? You can just in your Zoom banner, right? There's a Q&A tab. You can just ask your question inside the Q&A tab. Question and answer tab in your Zoom banner. There's a Q&A tab. Okay. You can ask the questions there. Okay, my coaches and some of my fellow trainers, right, are helping me to answer some of the questions that you guys have, because I have like more than 7,000 of you right now in the webinar. Okay, we have really a huge crowd today. Okay, so I started my career. I would say fun fact, when I was in university, right, I actually studied business IT. So by right, naturally, I studied computer science. Do I look like someone who studied computer science? But I am, right? I studied computer science, right, when I was in the university, right? So naturally, I'm supposed to go into work in the IT firm or in the bank doing IT, but instead, during time when I was a young teenager, I was very passionate about trading, right? I opened like retail brokerage account, like in Singapore, there's this like poems, right? I was doing this thing called contra trading, right? You buy and then you sell within 3 days. You don't need to put out the full capital, right? Then the thing move up 1, 2 tick, you sell already, right? Then you get smart a few times lah, but eventually make money, lose money, make money, lose money, eventually lose more money than I make, right? Then I realized that there must be more to it. So I'm not someone to give up so easily, right? I thought that I need to join the prop desk, right? There must be a reason why all these traders make money day in, day out in trading. There must be a reason why, right? And they're doing it as a full-time, right? They're doing it full-time, right? And I think that the best way to learn is to learn from someone, to be inside the prop desk, or learn from someone who's from the prop desk to learn the real skill set of trading. So I actually applied, and I was very fortunate that I was accepted into the prop desk. I was there and I left as a senior prop trader. I was there for 5 years. So when I was there, a lot of people asked me like, what's my pay, right? My basic pay in the prop desk is actually, there is no pay, basic pay. But there's this thing called a 50-50 profit sharing element. So for every $1 net profit that I make, right, after commission and cost, I will take half. I split with my boss, right? Because my boss teach me what to do, the skills, give me the infrastructure, teach me how to scalp, to look at the markets, everything, right? So of course, naturally, I make money, I need to split lah, right? So that was my interview question, right? I was being offered this package A. This was package A to get 50-50 profit sharing, but 0 basic pay. Package B is you get a basic pay. You can opt for a basic pay of 3K. But then the profit sharing will be 20% of the net profit after comms, right? And fees. So what do you think which one I choose? I think because I'm a young man, right? And I'm in my late 30s now, right? Coming 40s. But during the time I'm like in my mid 20s. I thought that I'm young and adventurous. I don't have a family yet, right? I'm quite low maintenance. Every day I just need to drink. Every day I just need to drink a cup of coffee and chicken rice. I'm satisfied. Very simple maintenance. I take bus MRT to work. That's it. So I thought that also that if I want to be a trader, right, I need to make at least $10,000 per month. And if I make $10,000 per month, 50-50, right, I would have gotten like at least 5,000, right? At least 5,000, right? That will be more than my basic pay here. So I thought that I should go for for A instead, because A, the sky is the limit. To me, the sky is the limit. And I was fortunate because I realized that later on when I joined the prop desk that those of my all 5 of us joined, right? Me and the other 4 colleagues, 4 or 5 of us joined during that time, during the enrollment batch during that time, right? All of us choose A. None of us choose B. Later, then we know that from the senior trader that those who choose B, they will not selected because the prop desk will think that those who choose B, right, they may not be as committed. There's nothing wrong with having a basic pay and having some comms. There's nothing wrong with that, right? It's just that in the prop desk setting, right, they want someone who will do whatever it takes, right, to make money in trading. Because if you're in package A, I can tell you, right, my boss don't even need to look over my shoulders. Every day, I will be super committed, right, to make sure I do whatever it takes, right, to make sure I'm very skilled in trading, to be very skilled, right? In fact, I can tell you, I hate Fridays. I love Sundays because Friday, right, Saturday, Sunday, I will have withdrawal symptoms. You know, no withdrawal symptoms like I'm on a like a like on a on some on a drug, right? Like Friday, I cannot trade, and Saturday, Sunday, I'll be like very uneasy. Looking forward to Sunday, right? Market open, right? Because I know that Monday market open, right? I can make money, right? Because that was the motivation as a trader, right? You are very excited about trading the markets. The kind of challenge is there, right? That was how I started. And during my time in the prop desk, I was there for 5 years, and after that, after I left the desk, I trade professionally on my own, managing my own portfolio, right? My personal portfolio, trading a stock account, and even my crypto portfolio. In total, is around about $3.5 million right now, USD, that I'm managing right now. And during my time in the prop desk, I made $1.2 million during my time in the prop desk. Of course, today I made more than what I made in the 5 years when I was in the prop desk. But I think this 1.2 million was how I built my foundation. How I hone my strategies to become what it is today, to have the best edge. My strategy is created through my years of experience, right? Using what works and what doesn't work. I condense it down into a trading program, right, that all my students and myself use. And during my time in the prop desk, I achieved a top trader award, in fact, twice in a row. Okay, that was how I built my first pot of gold as well. So it's a full-time job, try and test it in and out every single trading day. It's not play for fun one. It's not like I'm happy I trade. I got a side income and happy I trade. No. This is a serious profession. If you never make money, how? You never make money for that quarter, you need to pay back the next quarter. Of course, you can don't pay if you leave. But then if you leave, that will be the end of your trading career in the company. And if you lose money in this company, right, in not just the quarter, but maybe in your entire journey in the company, if you are down and you want to join another prop desk, more I can tell you, if the other prop desk will likely not hire you because they will know that the inner circle is very small, right? If you are a profitable trader, other prop desks will catch wind of it, right? Okay. Professionally traded short-term and swing trading in futures, forex, US stocks, and even crypto. As of 2016, I started trading crypto because it's a very cowboy market. It's a very cowboy market. There's a lot of speculation. And as a trader, somehow as a prop trader, we love it when markets are very speculative, right? Okay, so I don't just trade fundamentally good companies. I do trade fundamentally good companies, right? My students, some of them are in Adam's UIP group, right? We look at the technicals, and sometimes I trade those stocks as well. But I also trade speculative stocks, speculative growth stocks, cryptos, forex, and futures. In fact, when I was in the prop desk, I primarily scalp forex and futures, and I would say I spent my 5 years as a scalper. I built my career as a scalper, right? And of course, after that, I decided to do more a hybrid swing trading and scalping, right? And this is what I teach in the PEM course as well, right? Scalping and swing trading. So strategy can be applied to all these multi-asset classes, right, that I mentioned. Okay, even like the for stocks, right, I also trade like Hong Kong stocks, sometimes Singapore stocks, sometimes KL stocks as well. Okay. During my time in the prop desk, I've experienced working right alongside. I know a lot of people in the exchanges, right? Trade exchange products in SGX, CME, Nasdaq, ICE futures, and so on. And in 2016, I left the desk. After 5 years, I realized that it's time for me to transition to a new style of trading. Because I don't see myself like scalping until I'm 40, 50 years old, right? And 60 years old, right? Because when I was in the prop desk, is primarily I can only do scalping. And the product is mainly just Forex and futures. And I wanted to do like more of a hybrid, right? So I thought that during the time I really have my pot of gold and I'm ready to get out of the comfort zone and trade my own money. So 2016, I get out and I I I actually trade my own capital and change my style, right? Trade more of like stocks and also that was also during the time when I think crypto was starting to the dragons start to wake up from the cave, right? For crypto, right? And I'm actually one of Adam's. I would consider myself a very Adam. I'm a fanatic student of Adam, right? I'm a very Adam cool fan, right? Right. All my friends know that I'm a firm supporter of Adam's program and his books and his ideas. In fact, ever since I remember I was in the university last time. He came to Nanyang Junior College, right? I was sitting at the back of the auditorium. I usually, those half an hour, he came for 30 minutes, those 30 minutes assembly talk. To me, the assembly talk is equal to sleeping time, right? Usually I go to the back of the auditorium and sleep. But that 30 minutes, Adam came, right? And I, for some reason, that day I didn't sleep. I was listening to him and I was very inspired, right? I can't remember what he said, but he said something he was very charismatic, and I thought myself, this guy got substance one. Right. And then I remember his name. I go to Kinokuniya, I go to Popular, I go and buy all his books. Then the more I read, the more I felt that he understand me. Right. And I want to like learn from him. Right. So I attended even some of like Adam's courses. Right. And right, I'm a fan of what Adam teach, right? Because any course that even every book that I read from Adam, I find that I learn something very useful. Even to today, right? It has helped me a lot in my career. Right. And during the time when I met up with Adam, right, Adam asked me like what's my track record in the prop desk. So Adam is someone that I know like when it comes to trading, investing, right? He can be very direct, right? He asked me during the time like what's my track record. So I told Adam that I have a 95%. I have a 95% win rate when I was in the prop desk on a quarterly basis. So in my 5 years in the prop desk, one year got 4 quarters, right? I was in the prop desk for 5 years, so 20 quarters. I only got one down quarter, right? So I consider myself I have 95% win rate. So basically, in the prop desk, I'm like a golden goose to my boss. Every quarter, I got 95% chance of making money on. 95% chance, right? So that was when Adam asked me, like, how is it that you can make money? Like, I thought during the time got Eurozone crisis, right? Then the China-US trade war, all these kind of things. So market was so volatile. How do you guys make money consistently, right? So I told Adam that we don't look at conventional wisdom in the markets, right? We in fact I don't look at normal technical analysis. I primarily focus on how the market makers trade, how the market makers positions themselves, right? How they do this thing called candlestick printing to bluff retailers to buy, how they push down the stock artificially to squeeze out and force liquidation, cause retailers to liquidate before pushing up the prices. And this is what we have seen, right, recently as well. Like in 10th of October, when there's a liquidation event in crypto, these are actually part of the entire crypto manipulation cycle that has been happening. Right? Sometimes in a smaller scale, sometimes on the bigger scale. So that was when Adam told me that what you are sharing with me, right? I think is very, very high level, right? Very chim in Chinese, very something very different from what he have learned, right? Because he himself is also I think he also trade and he invest, right, during the time, right? And he told me that why not you conduct a class and do up a proper program. I will personally attend as well. So in 2016, Adam actually, and I thought that how often does Adam Khoo invite someone to conduct a course, right? So to me, that was an honor, right? That was to me an honor, and I decided that why not, right? Because I've been in prop desk, I was for 5 years, basically only me and my computer on the computer. Now I got a chance to go and share my knowledge. I thought that why not, right? So I actually conduct first class, and Adam basically he attended the entire class. Long story short, after the class, Adam told me that I want to invite you to continue sharing your knowledge, right? Because I think that you and me we share the same passion in transforming other people's life, right? Empowering retailers, right? The right way of trading. Because if they don't know what I know, right, they basically have no chance of winning in the market. Because I can tell you, if you don't know about market manipulation, right, you really have no idea what the big boys are trying to do, right? Whenever there's like major events that's happening, like a lot of retailers when they doesn't know what the market makers are doing, they got frightened out of their position. They don't even know how to take advantage of the manipulation that's happening, right? And in 2016, I decided that to join Adam, right? And it has been almost like almost 9 to 10 years, right? Time has passed, right? Almost spent like 10 years with Adam already, right? And I'm very happy, and I built a very strong community in Piranha Profits as well. The year-to-date profits right now up around 50%. Okay, recently there's a retracement. I think that's my portfolio is still around about 45%, right? But still good. I would say this year, right? We covered from the drawdown in April. We covered very strongly from the drawdown in April, and still aiming to end the year around 400 to $500,000 of profit for this year. So I'm managing this is my stock account. I also manage almost about $2 million of my 2 million plus of my cryptocurrency account as well. Okay, and my crypto accounts, right? I would say that I would say that the crypto market is one of the toughest crypto market that I've traded, because last time in 2016 2020, right, you buy any odds, you just need to wait for what odd season, right? Every dog has its day, right? During last time, because of odd season, anything can go up. But this cycle, you need to be very selective. You need to know your fundamentals. You need to know which one got use case. You need to know your technicals very well, right? And I'll say that so far this cycle, right? XRP and Zcash has really helped me to profit this cycle, but it was a tough cycle. I would say it was a tough cycle. Especially Zcash, which I recently caught this this very powerful move. In fact, I made about almost 10x from the bottom, right? I started buying when it was $40 over when I informed my students in PTP. I started buying at $40 over. I started averaging until it's $58, right? So $58, I got a I put in a 6 figure. My crypto positions, at least usually I go in like 50, 100K, 200K. So this one actually not a very big size, right? This is just 100 because I couldn't get enough size, and then the thing start to you just delay a bit more, the thing start to move away. So actually 58 now is almost like $600, 550, 600, right? It went to as high as almost 700, I think, right? So I did sell along the way, but my average price is still around 8 to 10x, right? I still hold about half of what I have here, because I sort of take some profit to cushion from the I mean the drawdown that's happening right now, right? In fact, I'm also very surprised that Zcash is the only one, right, that's moving up when crypto market is coming down. Zcash is actually cushioning my entire crypto portfolio, right? And I know a lot of people asking me, are we in a bear market in crypto? I'll share more later on. Okay, but a short sentence is I would say I think we are in a longer crypto cycle. Right now is a bigger retracement, but it's not a bear market in my view. Okay, it's a bigger retracement in the broader extended bull market. Okay, I'll share more about crypto later on. Okay. And how I get into Zcash, I can share with you guys later. Zcash was actually shared in PTP. Okay, so my students who are in PTP, right, just like UIP, OTP, right, they already know about this back in, I think, May, right, when I buy in at 40 around $42 first. Okay, I'll share more about crypto later on. So this is a photo of the I will call it the dinosaur photo I have when I was in the prop desk. You can see, guys, when I was in the prop desk, this is my name, right? Great, Alson here, right? You can see in the prop desk, right? Every day I print out the charts every day. I'm very obsessed with trading one last time. I can tell you, after work, right? Even if when I go toilet to do my business, I will take this stack of paper. I will keep looking at the charts. My mind 24/7. Even when I'm sleeping, I'm thinking about the charts. That was how I came out with all this strategy. Some people ask me, hey, how you come up with UC1? How come you come up with DR1? How come you come up with bullish FS? You know how I come up with all these things? Because to me, trading is like a game. I'm like creating my special warrior. I'm creating my special hero. So during the time, I keep looking out for patterns, right? What makes a good strategy is that the pattern repeats consistently, right? I'm finding patterns. And how do you find patterns? You need to constantly review the charts. Okay, so that was how I created all this strategy. When I was in prop desk, I started with 3 screen. 1, 2, 3. The more screen you have is equal to your seniority and your profitability. So this was when I got 5 screen, right? But as I make more and more money for my boss give me more screen, right? Elson, how many screen you need? No problem, right? In fact, I was occupying 2 desks. Almost 2 desks. My screen is like encroaching into the next desk already, right? But my boss says okay, right? Because I'm like making, like, in a good quarter, right? I can make like $200,000 in 1 quarter. I'm just mid-20s last time, so I mean during that time, then I'll take half. My paycheck can be like 99,000, like 33,000 a month. That I think not bad for mid-20s. When I was still, that was after 50%. If I don't give 50%, I will get 66,000 a month. That's not bad, I think, for a mid-20s when I was in the prop desk, right? But I would say the most important is the skill. Learn the skill first, because the skill, once you got the skill, you can scale, right? This was when I got nice screen. I can tell you this for entertainment purposes. I love to have my coffee, and then, like, even like at home now, I have my 4 or 5 screen monitor. It's like, to me, it's like a hobby. It's like a leisure process. I'm very excited every day. Like, I see the market is very fun. To me, it's very fun. It's only fun when you make money, and that's true. A game is only fun when you can win. So I want to make the game fun. That's why I keep wanting to get the best strategy. Right? I want to refine my strategy, make sure that I can always spot the best setups. Right? I have a great sense of achievement when I get into a stock or crypto, right? And then I see that it 5x, 10x. I have a great sense of achievement. Right? Okay. To me, sometimes I thought that I would say that the dollar value may not be the most important, right? But it's because I can catch that move, right? And then you do that 5, 10x return, that really gives me that strong sense of achievement. Right? So this is the trophy I received from the company, right? I'm not a trophy person. I don't care about trophy one. But back then, my former boss wanted to give something tangible, so I still keep all this trophy for memory's sake. And this me many years ago when I was in the prop desk. So a lot of people is asking me right now: is the market going to crash, or is it going to go higher? Right. So this is the S&P 500. It shows the health of the US market. Okay, the basket of 500 stocks in the US market. So as you can see, this is a snapshot. This is a snapshot as taken yesterday. Okay, guys, you can see this one over here. Okay, this, I would say, this is like a minor swing low. Okay, right now the price action is testing this 20 SMA. So I told my students in our community chat that it's likely that the market, I don't see that the market is in a what we call a distribution stage, where big boys are unloading their position big time to crash the market all the way down. I don't think so. In fact, I will see this as a healthy retracement, right? Before the price is, in my view, likely to go higher later on. It's a squeeze, right? Why? Because earlier this year in April, right, market maker did this very, very powerful accumulation bear trap pattern. Okay, so this is like a swing low. You will learn more about this later on. This is what we call a bear trap. Bear trap is when the price goes below the swing low to take out the stop losses at the bottom here. Because those traders, right, guys, those traders who buy all the way here, right, they will all panic when the price plunge and take out their stop loss, right? It looks like the end of the world usually at the bottom. But my students and I, we all know that this is a very powerful accumulation pattern that I teach in 10. So a lot of them actually went in to buy at the bottom here. Same for me. I went in to buy. I took some hit here. I was down about 10-15%. But then again, over here, I load back in some of the. I saw the market. I knew the market maker was just bluffing. So I went in to buy some good companies, even crypto. Right, that was when I think during the time Bitcoin bottom out, right, as well. I went in, I loaded in a big size, a heavy size as well. And a lot of them recover, right? A lot of them recover. And this is the first time that the S&P is testing the 20 SMA after crossing the 50 SMA in May. Okay, so in my view, I don't see that the market makers is unloading a position. I see it as a squeeze for a longer term bull run. The bull run, in my view, is still intact. Okay, and as a trader, I'm focused more on the price action. In fact, this is what Jesse Livermore said. He's a legendary trader in the 1920s. So in his book, he famously mentioned, the stock market is never obvious. If it's obvious, it's designed to fool most people most of the time. And let me share with you guys, the number one mistake that traders make is to be influenced by news. The number one mistake that traders make is to be influenced by news. When you're trading, guys, focus on the price action. Why? Because the market maker, right? The intention of the market maker is like the black box. Okay, this is the black box. Black box means that you will never know what is he thinking or why he's buying something. It's like at the bottom here, based on price action, I can see that the market makers is loading up big position because they took out the stop losses by the retailers. I have no idea why they buy. Even though like Trump was like so angry, like tariff, everything. But because the price action tells me that big boys are buying, right? And I learned this when I was in the prop desk. There is only one reason why the big boys or the market makers buy. They believe the thing will go up, the stock will go up, or they want it to go up. They'll push it to go up. So if they buy, you don't need to ask too much question, right? The key is to what? Follow them. It doesn't mean that bad news you just buy. You must bad news, but you must wait until you see that market makers, big boys, based on price action, high chance they are loading up position, then you go in with them to have the high probability upside, right? Because the market makers themselves, once they establish position, they will protect you. Why would they want to come down when they are long, right? So as of now, I don't see that they are unloading their long position in a big way. So my view is based on price action is that I don't care what is happening right now, right? AI bubble or is it really a bubble? Based on price action here, I don't think so because I don't see that big boys are unloading in a big way. Okay, of course, I think Adam mentioned about the fundamentals. Their companies are still AI companies still making money, right? I think fundamentally that's the reason why we are not in the bubble. But technically, price action is also telling me we're not in the bubble. We don't see euphoria. Euphoria means we don't see like flush up bars, steep and like price action going up in a steep way. People starting to FOMO, like gold like that recently, right? We don't see that in the stock market yet. Maybe later on, but definitely not now. So my game plan in the US market, as I told my students, is stay bullish bias because there's no signs of top yet, right? Signs of top is like flush up bars or bull trap pattern. Oh, now guys, let me just Let me just increase this. Okay, so I'm using my cursor bigger now. Okay. So there's no signs of top like flush up bars or bull trap pattern. I'll show you guys what's bull trap pattern later on. So high chance, right? Market is likely to continue higher. Okay. So my style of trading is to trade a combination of multi-bagger stocks, potential multi-bagger stocks for high return, and stocks in normal technical setup. So I told my students that when I trade, I love to go for things that can multi-bag, can give me very asymmetric return. Okay. But then again, that when you throw a net, you cannot just say that I only want to eat pomfret fish. When you throw a net, sometimes you can catch other fish that you can also eat, right? And maybe you can get some prawn you can also eat, right? You maybe get some stingray also eat, right? Why not? So I was call this the like normal technical setup that fulfill my criteria as well. I will still take them. Right. Usually I would say that my normal technical setup, right, is used to fund my multi-bagger ideas. Right. So this is what my approach is, because this is how you can have a exponential return, right, in your portfolio. Okay. It's just like when I trade crypto, the same thing, right? When I trade crypto, when I go for I go for like 5x, 10x, 20x, right? Sometimes only one or two of this crypto does a 10x or 20x, right? It will protect me for the entire cycle. Like why this currently, even though the market was retracing, my portfolio is very cushioned, because there are some crypto that have really 10x, like XRP, Zcash, right? So Bitcoin dropped 20-30%. Currently 35% is actually still okay, right? And then you do some hedging. I would say positioning, like reduce some of your crypto into cash to protect the downside. Then prepare yourself for the upturn later on, right? Okay. Stay persistent in trading. Stay persistent in trading. Maintain the right trading psychology to embrace drawdowns and maximize winning streaks. I always say that, right? Also that why some traders lose money is that they may encounter drawdown, but they did not make money when the things start to go up, to maximize winning streak. So no matter how, let's say, right, how powerful a strategy, if you never consistently use it, what happens is that you only trade it when there is some drawdown, but you miss out the upside. Then, of course, sometimes the trader may lose money. You need to stay persistent by having the right psychology. And these are things that I'll teach you guys in the price action manipulation course. Okay, and I personally use the price action manipulation strategies to identify signs of market manipulation in the markets. Okay. And why is it important is that this strategy has helped me in many crypto cycles. Okay. In the last few cycles, like before this cycle, the previous cycle in 2021, right? Just before it ends, right? I use this price action momentum analysis. I cashed out $2.3 million when it was here. And I actually told my students this as well, right? I cash out 20-30% of my portfolio. The reason is because we have at least 2 outstanding flush up bars for Ethereum and so on. So that was in May. This was in May, guys. This was in 11th of May 2021. That was here. Before the market dropped 50%. So actually at the bottom here, I bought back in some of my position and then went back up here. That was when I exited almost 80% of my entire position before. And here I also exit. I told my student to exit here, here, and here. So in the last cycle, I think my average exit price is more than $50,000 before the thing went all the way down because of the FTX Luna crisis. In the life cycle, I made more than $10 million in crypto, right? My target for every crypto cycle is at least 5 million. This cycle is a bit tough. I would say even it take a longer time. Last time all season come, you position properly, right? You can easily like I make my 10 mil quite easily, I would say, the last cycle. But this cycle is a bit tricky. So far, I think my net P&L is around 1.5, right? In the current crypto cycle. It's a bit tough, right? my minimum target this cycle, I'm still aiming 5, average 10. If the crypto market go into banana zone, that means like everything just go up in a, if really all season come, then my target will be 15 to 20 mil. And I still think it's possible. Okay. Especially if this current sell down could present very good opportunities for some big caps and odds later on in the cycle. Okay. So how do I trade like crypto stocks? Let me show you guys this, right? This is a classic manipulation, right? You can see here, guys, US SEC sue Coinbase 1 day after suing Binance. So if you have held on to Coinbase or crypto stocks, right? Most of them will have gap down, right? Imagine you buy Coinbase, okay, and because of this news, right, the stock gap down. Okay, can you see the stock actually gap down? Okay, so this was what we call a swing low. All right. Okay, can you see over here, guys? Let me just write down here first. Okay, gap down, guys. Can you see here? This was the gap down, right? You can see this bar open just below the swing low here. Just below the swing low. Just below the swing low here, right, is where a lot of the stop losses are being placed. Okay. I learned this when I was in the prop desk. this trick, right, that I was told last time. If for whatever reason, right, let's say there's some bad news. I don't care what's the bad news. But if the stop price gap down and open below the swing low on the immediate left side, I mean below this swing low, right? This is a U-shaped swing low, right? Open, and then by the end of the bar session, it closed as a green bar. Is a clear sign of the big boys loading up long positions against the bad news. And Coinbase did just that. We see on the gap down, right? It gap down below the swing low. Why? You know that before market open, right, there's this thing called matching. Before market open, there's this thing called matching because of the demand supply of the orders. Market maker will decide where to open the. And during the time, because of the bad news, right, market maker decide to purposely open just below the swing low, because he's using the panic and the headline news to force the market to open just below the swing low, the swing low to trigger all the stop loss, so that when the market open, right, all the stop loss will be triggered. Ding! Then the market maker can absorb them straight away. And by the end of the session, if the bar remains a green bar, it means that the market maker basically is holding up the price. And it's very clear that because why they're holding up the price, because likely they have bought in and then they want to maintain the price higher. They don't, because they got in a good price, they don't want it to push down anymore. So what I did is actually when I went in and bought in, right? I used lip cost. I bought in and I made I doubled my lip cost, right? Within, I think, just less than 1 month. I made about $23,000. Even if you buy the outright stock, you have almost double, right? Can you see this over here, guys? Can you see this? This is what I call chart printing. This is what I call chart printing, guys. You see, imagine if you never sell, then later you see these two bars here, these two red bar here. This is what I call chart printing. It's to bluff people that, okay, you don't want to sell, right? You don't want to sell, right? Never mind. I print red color. You want to sell? Never mind. You want to sell? I can tell you, if someone never sell and he got lucky by he didn't sell at the bottom, and then later you see the red bar like this, right? Some people may thought that they got a better price to sell now, faster go and sell. Or those who happen to buy, they may be afraid that the price may go down all the way. But guess what? This is what I call candlestick printing. Is fake. It's to bluff traders to let go more of their position. Instead, I went in to buy. Right, I bought in when I saw that market makers actually was accumulating the stock, even though I didn't know why they're accumulating the stock. To be frank, when I buy, I was like, got lawsuit. Then people say you cannot predict lawsuit, right? What will happen? But my principle has always been to follow the market maker. They know something. And true enough, even though there's lawsuit going on, the stock price keep going up. Have you ever saw a stock, seen a stock, right, that got bad news but the stock price keep going up? Or have you ever seen a stock that got good news, right, the stock price keep going down? This is the stock market, guys. Welcome to the stock market. The stock market is manipulated. They are all based on the interest of the big boys. I can tell you why the price go up. The one clear reason why the big boys accumulated here. Market makers accumulated here on the bad news. Why they accumulate, I don't know. But because they accumulated, that's why it goes up. As simple as that. Okay, then usually, right, you thought by the time you know the real news, right, it's too late. A lot of people always want to ask, hey, why the thing go down, why the thing go up? I can tell you by the time you know why the thing go up, right, the thing will drop. By the time the good news really come in, SEC will not sue Coinbase, then the stock price will drop. It's like that one. This is the stock market. Understand? So focus on the price action. It will help you to be on the right side. Okay? To stay on the right side. Okay? Right. And also, for example, like in 17th of July, 2024, can you see? This is almost a year ago. Right. I think I shared this in PDP. Right. In PDP, I share this, the PAM Traders Playbook. Right. I told my students, right, that I've been building up my position XRP. Right. So in PDP, I primarily trade stocks, swing trade stocks. So as a bonus sharing, I also share my students how I manage a crypto portfolio. So you see, I started trading crypto in 2016. So a lot of the OGs in the space are in crypto, right? A lot of the big whales in crypto, a lot of them are my friends. A lot of my friends are big whales in crypto. They wear slipper to Orchard Road, but they have like a few thousand BTC that they are holding. These are the kind of people I like. Like my friends, right? They're the OGs in crypto space, right? So when I meet them, right, usually we talk about crypto, right? We don't get those very surface ideas. The ideas are usually very sharp because they are like me. We have been through many crypto cycles, right? And we understand the psychology, right? And sometimes when I get these ideas, right, I share with my students here in PDP as well, right? So this was during a time, but of course, my I would say my advantage is that I'm a trader, right? So I usually will look at the chart to see if there's a entry signal. So this when I saw that XRP, even though we know that XRP is definitely is a fundamentally good crypto, that was how I made my first pot of gold in crypto in 2016, right? But for many years after that, it was just like dead lah, right? Not doing much. Then 2022 the dragon wake up a little bit, then die. And for I think 3 years, right, it was like sideways. Until suddenly, right, I saw using this bullish FS false bottom scenario in the monthly chart. I saw that this is a pattern based on price action manipulation, a bullish false strike bar from false bottom scenario. This is something I teach my students. And I told them that XRP dominance chart was forming a DR1 or bullish FS false bottom. So this suggests that something is brewing for XRP narrative as long as dominance hold above immediate swing low. Can you see over here? It was still at the lows here. Right. And that was when I loaded up about almost 200,000 of my, and I share this with my students in PDP as well. Right. I think some of my students know that I have $250,000 of USD of position, 250K. I bought in around 40 over cents, average price less than 50 cents. XRP went to as high as, I would say, $3 plus. So that was about 8x, almost 8 times from the bottom. Along the way, beyond 5x, I started to sell some to take some profit. is a conservative move to take some, at least take back your capital plus a bit more. I like to do that. If you go 5x and above, I don't care how bullish I am. I usually take back my capital and some profit to make myself feel better holding on. Right? Okay. And then all these are used by all this can be identified like through using the price action manipulation strategy. Even for Zcash, which I shared just now, right? Using the price action manipulation strategy. Okay, and I will say that, right, actually in crypto, I was also surprised, right? For many years, right, after I developed a strategy, when I look at crypto, I realized that my strategy also works very well in crypto market. In fact, the crypto market is super manipulated, right? That's why it rhymes with the crypto market very well. Whenever there's a certain manipulation signal, you get in early before the obvious move. That's how you get very asymmetric return, right? And I will say that there's still a lot of opportunity in the market moving forward, especially 2026, because I do see that after this current sell down, right, I think it will take 1-2 months to stabilize and the market should resume higher. That's my view. And then there will be a lot more of such opportunities in the market. So that's what I'm going to do in the next couple of months. If I see something interesting, I'll let my students know in the PDB chat, right? Okay. So let me go back to the basic, guys, right? And let me share with you this. I mentioned about this thing called big boys and market maker. So I mentioned big boys, dark force, whether it's big boys, dark forces, or insider, the correct technical term is called market maker. So who are the market makers? The market makers, right, can be a hedge. It's usually a hedge fund or fund house that's involved in what you call market making. Understand? So what's market making? Market making is like a money changer. When you go, let's say you want to go holiday, right? You go to the money changer. Let's say you want to go Japan for holiday. You buy and you sell. Like for me, I change my sing for yen. If I buy and sell at the same time, I'll lose this thing called spread, which is what the money changer make, because the money changer is not there to exchange your currency for free, right? So in the stock market, it's the same thing. The market maker also make money from the spread. For example, this is my UOB KN account. It's a Singapore brokerage account. It works the same as our US account, like Think or Swim, Interactive Brokers. Okay, so for example, like DBS, I think Adam mentioned just now, right? Adam has a position in DBS, right? So this is example DBS stock, right? You can see over here, this is a $55.06. There's like 11,200 shares here. Okay, right, 11,200 shares here. Okay, you can see all these so-called buy orders, sell orders. Let me share with you guys. You see all these buy orders, sell orders, right? 90%, guys. 90% of the buy orders and sell orders that you see over here, 90% of the buy volume, sell volume that you see over here are placed by the market maker. Less than 10% are placed by people like you and me. You understand? So whenever you buy or sell in the market, whether the US market, China market, Singapore market, crypto market, futures market, FX market, 90% chance you're going to hit onto the market maker. It's normal. You just don't want to be on the wrong side of him. You see, the market maker is also a trader. If he can manipulate 90% of the traders out there, he will let the 10-15% of the traders go. You understand? Because he know he cannot manipulate 100%. There will be like people like me, there will be people like the more savvy investor traders, right, will be able to ride alongside with him. you want to be that 10-20% of the traders. Understand? Can anyone be the market maker? No. You need to be the what? A lot of people ask me, can anyone be market maker? No, they have to be the what we call the designated market maker. Designated. So to be a market maker, the exchange will have to basically screen through the person, whether they got the technology. Because to run the market making algorithms, right, usually is done by a quantitative firm. Understand? To run the algos for market making. Oh, and of course, they need to have the deep pockets to do market making. Right? Okay. Market maker make money from the BNRs. They also make money from this thing called the retail flow. In fact, I would say that retail flow information, right, is the most lucrative for the market makers. So what's retail flow? For example, guys, DBS $55 right here. Okay, $55.06, 11,200 shares. Let's say there's some good news, right? Traders went to buy 55 and 7 cents, 55, 8 cents, 55, 9 cents, 55, 10 cents, and so on. Let's say there's some good news. You don't care what's the good news. Let's say there's some good news. Traders went to buy, right? And push up the stock. Remember this, the market maker is the guy who put up all the orders there. The market maker is the guy who put up all the sell orders, 90% of the sell orders. So if all the retailers went to buy, right, the market maker will know what is the average price that all these retailers came in to buy. What is the average? I mean, after all these retailers buy, what is the average price? Because of the good news they buy, right? And how much they buy. How would the market maker know? He know because imagine you are the one, right, who put all the order, 90% of the orders at every level. When people hit onto you, you will know. You know how much people hit onto you. You know how much, what's the average price that they hit onto you. And if you know this information, what can you do? If you know this information, what can you do? You can do what we call a squeeze. You can do what we call a squeeze. So I can tell you high chance, right? If too many people buy, right, market maker will purposely do what we call a squeeze to push down the price. Until most people cut loss, you want cut, don't cut, go lower. One cut, go lower. Until a point where most people cut already, right? Or they got liquidated already, right? Then the price will start to recover. This is classic market manipulation. Understand this? Okay. Okay, so you also need to know that about this, guys. This is what I call demand supply manipulation. Okay. A lot of traders think that if there's a lot of people buying a particular stock price tends to go up. Same thing, a lot of people thought that if there's a lot of people selling a particular stock prices tends to come down. Okay. But let me share with you this. If you know this, you're better than 90% of the traders out there. If there's a lot of people buying a particular stock prices tends to come down. If there's a lot of people selling a particular stock prices tends to go up instead. Why? Because the stock market is not a fish market. In a fish market, if everybody buy the same fish, the price of fish will go up. It's just like Chinese New Year. Not enough fish, right? The price of fish will naturally have to go up. But the stock market is not a fish market because stock market consists of this guy called the what? The counterparty. You have this thing called a counterparty interest. Your counterparty in the stock market is the market maker. I call him MM. Okay? It means that when you buy, right, you buy the stock, the person who sell to you will be the market maker. You need a counterparty, right? You want to buy, someone has to sell to you, right? Market maker is the guy. Like you guys have learned just now. Market maker control more than 90% of the liquidity. So whenever you buy, 90% chance he's going to hit onto you. Market maker will sell to you. And if you buy too much, you will become what? Net short. Okay? Even sell stock, you need someone to buy from you. The market maker will be the one most of the time. You got 90% chance you're going to hit onto him, right? Just like in April this year, right? When people panic sell, cut loss at the bottom, market maker is absorbing all these sell orders, turning long, right? Market maker turning long and become net long. And when people cut too much, market maker become net long, right? But on the slightest good news, right, the stock price will just spike all the way. Do you remember like April? I think that the day where Donald Trump announced the pause, right? Slightest good news, a pause only, right? The stock price just go rip all the way up. The only reason is because the market maker is super long already. He's super long, right? Because a lot of people cut loss at the bottom, right? So you need to understand this concept, okay, as we go more deeper into market manipulation. So this is an example of a Netflix chart over here. Okay, Netflix chart. All right, so you need to understand this thing called swing. Let's swing high. Swing high is an N shape or inverted V shape price action. Basically, you want to see that price action goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down. Got tail, no tail, got body, no body, right? You're gonna draw a straight horizontal line at the highest point. Okay, so guys, I'm using my mouse to draw. So it's not very straight. But whatever line I draw, you take it as it is a straight horizontal line. Okay. So what's a bull trap, guys? A bull trap is when you go swing high. Right, price goes up, comes down. And then the price goes above the swing high. First step. Imagine this, the price goes above the swing high, right? It's like a breakout. Some traders may think that it's like a resistance. The price like going higher. It's like a resistance, right? So when you see this swing high, when you see this price that goes above, some trader would think that the price will go to the moon. But instead of going to the moon, the market maker go and press down the head below the water. That's why we call it a bull trap. The bull are being trapped. Understand? And a bull trap is bearish. And a bull trap is bearish. Okay? I'll give you guys an example here. You can see over here, guys. You see, guys, price goes up, comes down, right? Okay? You can see this, right? The price goes above. You see this green bar go above, right? Trader thought that this is the breakout. The price will go to the moon. But instead of going to the moon, the market maker go and press down the head below the water. Right? Imagine you buy, then now you're being trapped. Market maker very nasty, go and squeeze all the way down and cause the trader to cut at the bottom first. Right? To cut at the bottom. We call this the bull trap. And of course, we as traders will take the opposite side. We want to short it. Okay? Okay, some of you ask, how do you differentiate between a bull trap and a real breakout? Let me share with you this, guys. Listen carefully. How do you differentiate between a real breakout and a bull trap? I use this thing called a 5-bar candlestick pattern. Let me show you this, guys. Imagine this, guys. This is your swing high. Okay. The first bar that goes above the swing high, I count this as number 1. Okay, I count this as number 1. By number, let's say number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 3, 4, 5. Let's say by number 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? There's no bar that goes below the swing high, right? Then it's likely to be a real breakout. It's likely to continue higher. Understand? If by the 5th bar, we do bar counting. We count the first bar that goes above the swing high as number 1. By the 5th bar, if there's no bar that trades back below the swing high here, right? Here, right? Then it's likely to be a real breakout. But if within the 5 bar, right, the price trade below, then we'll take it as it's a bull trap pattern. Why 5 bar? Because based on my experience in the prop desk, I realized that a 5 bar is a good gauge. If the market maker wants to come down, right, he will usually do it within 5 bars for that given time frame. Right, and then some of you ask me which time frame to use, right? So let me share with you guys this. This is an example of the daily chart, but by right, actually for stocks, right, in PAM, we use the 1 year, 2 days chart for swing trading, or you can look at the 4 years, 1 week chart for swing trading. You can also use it for short-term tradings as well, like 5 days, 30 minutes for scalping. The same concept applies for the different time frames. I'll share more on the time frames in the price action manipulation program. Okay, we'll talk more about the time frame inside there. Okay, so what's a swing low? Swing low is a U-shape or V-shape price action. Price come down, goes up. Price come down, goes up. Okay. Got tail, got no tail, got body, no body, right? I will draw a straight horizontal line at the lowest point. Understand? So what's a bear trap, guys? Bear trap. Right. Bear trap is when you see that the price action goes below the support. First step. Usually, this is where stop losses are being placed here. Right. So imagine this is the support. Price goes below support. This is usually where market makers try to take out the stop loss. Then later the price rebounds, right? Second step is to go above the swing low to create this bear trap. A bear trap is bullish, right? So let me share with you guys this. You can see this price goes down, goes up. I draw a line across. Price goes below the support and then goes up. Okay. Let me share with you, guys. If for those of you who have some experience in trading, let me share with you how I enter the trade, how I usually put my stop loss, right? And what's the potential risk reward in this particular trade setup. Okay. And for those of you who are very new to trading, don't worry, guys. I'll cover more in details how to enter, exit, put stop loss, do your risk management, how do you look out for signs of top to exit, this kind of thing in the price action manipulation course. Okay. So I will usually enter when the price is above the swing low. I like to put my stop loss just below the immediate swing low. I like to put my stop loss just below the immediate swing low. My students know this. I use the word agak-agak. Agak-agak means estimate, somewhere just below the swing low. In the PEM course, I'll cover more on entry exit. I have a lot of examples on you're going to learn the art of putting entry stop loss. There's art that and a science of doing that. I teach specifically entry exit in the PEM the price action manipulation program. The distance between the entry and the stop loss is what we call the 1R distance. Run one risk factor. The one risk factor. Okay. So in ratio terms, you can see that this is a potentially can give me a 5R potential profit. So it's example like risking $100 for potential reward of $500. So it's a ratio. So if I risk 1,000, then I'm looking for a expected return of $5,000, for example. Okay. So you can see over here, guys, this is also this is a swing low. Right. The price goes down, goes up. It's like a bear trap pattern before the price goes higher. Okay. Okay, guys, you see, how about this? Okay, this is a swing low. Okay, guys, can you let me know whether this is a valid bear trap pattern? Type in the chat box. Yes, it's a bear trap pattern. No, it's not a bear trap pattern. Type in the chat box so that I know that you guys are following me and you understand what I'm going through so far. Type in the chat box. Let me know your response. Is this a bear trap pattern? Okay, most of you say yes, guys. Very good. Okay, most of you say yes. Okay, most of you say yes. 99% of you say yes. Those of you say no or you don't know, let me explain. Okay, you can see very clearly, right? The price, even though it's just the one bar, the bar that goes below the swing low is also a bar that returns above the swing low, right? This is a bear trap. It's a valid bear trap. And you can see this just before the earnings. Can you see there was earnings here? So usually I can tell you, Sometimes when I see a bear trap just before earnings, right, I'll tell myself like high chance the market maker like knows something on. He like knows something already, right? That's why you go and do a bear trap just before earnings. That's why you can see there was a after the bear trap just before the earnings, there was a gap up. Okay, so you see there was a gap up here, right? Sorry. Okay. In fact, let me share with you. This was a swing high. Right. This is actually a bull trap pattern. Right. Bear trap turn into bull trap, bear trap buy, bull trap sell. Right. This is a very generic form of strategy. You can see short term came down. And as traders, we are just going for the short term. Right. We are just going for the short term. As long as I hit my risk reward, I'm done. Understand? This is the most generic form of market manipulation. If you think that this is good, right? This is just the tip of the iceberg. We have even more advanced strategy, price action manipulation strategy, like for trend continuation, uptrend, downtrend continuation, trading sideways pattern, trading ultimate tops and bottoms, special situation like bullish and bearish force strike, and all these kind of strategies. There's even more high probability in my view, right? All these strategies. Okay, but if you're a new trader, the bull and bear trap will help you to get started, to see how manipulation occurs in the market. Okay, you can see also over here, right, that this is Micron, right? In fact, this was a stock that my students know about this stock as well. In our chat, in one of our community chat, you can see this was a swing low. If I draw a line across, you can see the price action very subtle, right? Came below, take out some stop loss before coming down. So a lot of traders, right, who long the stock, they will have panicked when the price reverse like 100% all the way down, right? And lower, purposely just below over here, right? Guess what? Just before the earnings. And I knew that something is brewing for Micron. But my rule of thumb I told my students is that if you're uncomfortable holding a big size across earnings, it's not wrong to take some off the table first. So I was relatively, I think, Micron, I decided to take some off the table, but I still leave quite a decent size, right? So on the earnings, right, it gaps up, and I make about $7,400, $491. I think just within 1 or 2 weeks trade, right? And some of my students also take the same trade, right? It's like Adi closed his Micron at 109 and he already make like 25% profit. Even some of my students made back their cost fee, right? On Micron. You can see this was actually, right, this gap up actually formed a bear trap at the top. You can see very subtle. Price goes above the swing high and then comes back down, right? And then goes up and then comes back down. Then in the short term, the price came down. Okay. Same for the China market, right? I was telling my students that a lot of the China stocks have bottomed out. So during last year, I think I was loading up a lot of China stocks just before the market actually rally, like JD, Weibo, Momo, 1698, and so on. So they actually bring up my portfolio up substantially during a very short period of time, right? Because I think there was suddenly announcement of stimulus plan, but in terms of price action, right, I knew that something going to happen soon. You know what? Like what Stanley Druckenmiller said in one of the interview. Stanley Druckenmiller said that he's one of the best fund manager. He don't have a down month before, down year before, and he averaged about 30% year on year during his career as a fund manager. So he in one of his interview, he mentioned that he will never buy a stock just because, I mean, the fundamentals may be good, but he will not just buy it just because it's good, because he's not investing, he's trading. He will only buy if the technicals align, right? Similarly, sometimes when you look at the chart, the technicals tells him something, but he don't know why the technical is telling something. Then usually this is the time where he will dig further. In fact, he mentioned that some of his ideas, right, he buy first, ask question later. Because the technicals align, he buy first. Then he dig, then realize, oh, why the technicals align? He mentioned this before that it's the wisdom of the crowd, right? That creates the chart in a way that is telling a story before the thing move. And to me, I thought that he's like talking about price action and the PEM strategies. Because that's why I use the PEM strategies for. Sometimes I don't even know why what's the good news that's going to come. But the fact that the chart forms a tradable pattern, I decided to just go in first, right, and build my conviction later on. Okay, and this is really, I would say, our approach is quite somehow the same. But of course, he's a very famous fund manager, and his approach is also similar to us. Okay, similar, you can see over here. This is ICP token for crypto. Right, this was in I would say in late 2023. Right, this current crypto cycle, right, got a few bursts of bull run. All right, so this was the initial burst in late 2023. Right, it saw ICP token, right, forming a very subtle market manipulation pattern. I call this the bullish four strike bar formation strategy. So it's one of my favorite, very potent strategy in price action manipulation. So I knew that the market maker is trying to position himself, right, to pump the crypto. In fact, to be frank, right, I always tell my students, right, I think the crypto market right now got 19,000 over cryptos. Most of them, in my view, will fail long term. But if I see that the market maker is accumulating something, I will take a calculated risk. I'll take a minimal risk for high return. The idea is to get in and get out before the thing came down, right? To get in and get out, right? And you may take some losses along the way, but the wins, like what George Soros always mentioned, right? Whether you're right or wrong, in the end, is how much you make when you're right, how much you lose when you're wrong. Okay, and in my view, I think PEM strategy helped me to take very minimal risk for high return. Sometimes in the crypto cycle, I just need a few winners only. Also, this is when I went in, like I bought in using perpetual futures in Binance. To be frank, I don't like to use perpetual futures. I was just testing out perpetual futures here. Okay, I bought 5,724 ICP at $4.3372. You can see over here, it's the size here. Entry price $4.37. Total 25,000 USD. Spot position, I just buy 50K. I was testing out the perpetual futures. In fact, the leverage was very little. Total value 75,000 USD position. Usually I size it like 50 to 200K per position in my portfolio. Okay. So that was it, right? In fact, I mentioned this in PDP as well. So I share a lot of hidden gems, guys. Let me share with you this. I share a lot of hidden gems like this, right, in PTP. Okay. Sometimes or even orthodox one. Like I sometimes, right, there's something I hear from inner circles, right? I share that as well. Like Tau X recently, I think earlier this year, Tau X also made, I think, 3X as well, right? Okay. This was when I talked about ICP, right? In PTP chat, you can see over here, right? Also how I enter this in PTP using perpetual futures, right? The good thing is this, guys. Even though I'm a trader, but I also know crypto. I would say that my students tell me that this is actually a very good combination, right? Because there are some traders, there are some crypto guys who are just who only know crypto but they don't know trading. But there are some traders who just trade but they don't know crypto. But in the PEM community, I do both. So it's like you got you one stone kill two birds. Because if you have any questions on crypto, I will usually answer my students. right? If you have any because I have experience in crypto, if you have any questions on crypto, usually I don't mind answering them, right, in the community. Okay, so this was a trade for ICP. In less than 2 months, I exited because this is what we call a flush up bar. Okay, flush up bar is when I knew that a lot of retailers are coming in, and the retailers are usually what? Retailers come in to become this thing called exit liquidity. Right? This is a flush up bar. So for some reason, I think there's a flush. I don't know why, but I knew that a lot of retailers are coming in to become exit liquidity for the market maker. Market maker really bought in at the bottom. When the retailers come in, high chance market maker will dump. We're not sustainable one, right? You can see I started to sell when it was $11 plus. 11, 12, I started to sell already. No need to hold. Sometimes don't need to hold to the moon one. Some trades I will just exit, right? So this one in the perpetual futures, after I sold half, I made 19. Eventually I sold everything. I made more than 100,000. Above $10, I sold everything. Right? If I didn't sell, this thing would have gone like make a round turn for me, right? Okay. Same for Kusama. This was also, I think, done late last year, right? Kusama. Okay. Went in about. I saw this price action manipulation pattern at the bottom here. I knew that some form of PEM strategy formation is going to ignite a movement, right? In fact, this is again a flush up bar. Flush up bar. Retailers are becoming the what? The exit liquidity. Right? After that, didn't sell, die. Now today is below $10. Okay. And then it was a nice, easy, I would say 19K profit. Just take. Same for like Engine, IOST, all this, using the price action manipulation strategy. In fact, I can tell you some of these tokens, right? I think long term they may not survive, but I don't mind trading them. Right? I don't mind trading. Trading sometimes all about psychology, so we don't mind trading the psychology behind the chart, right? Using price action. Okay. So guys, this is my exclusive 2026 crypto watch list. I revised this actually last night. I set on this list last night. I was actually refining this for a couple of weeks. But due to all the events happening on the 10 of 10, I think through what is still going to survive at least in the next cycle. I mean, not say next cycle, in the later cycle, this in current cycle, especially in 2026, this is my watch list. Doesn't mean I'm entering everything. This is not financial advice. This is not financial advice, guys. This is my watch list because there's like 19,000 over crypto out there. You cannot screen everything. And to me, there are some narrative that may occur in this cycle that may not be applicable to different narrative, right? So these are some narrative that on my radar, right? On my radar, right? Privacy, I think is strong, like things like privacy, layer ones, right? But the thing I think most important is that use the PEM structure that you will learn in the price action manipulation course, right? To look for potential entry signal and to exit using what is being taught in the program. Understand? Okay, so if you want, you can screenshot, you can take a photo, and this is a watch list for you guys, right? Okay, but the best is that you come to the PEM program and you learn more about how to identify the setup. Okay, moving forward, I'll be looking through my own list and then I will see which one I think can become the next XRP or the next Zcash. Okay. You know it's not easy. Out of 19,000, right? I managed to catch XRP Zcash. It's not, maybe a bit of luck. But I can't be lucky every cycle. So I thought that actually because of certain values I have in crypto, there's certain values I have. Maybe a bit of sense sometimes. I may get caught on certain things, but overall, I think things usually will turn out well. Okay. Sometimes in certain part of the cycle, we need to survive first. Then later on, when the boom comes, there's what I call difficult part of the cycle and easy part of the cycle. Difficult part is like now, but the easy part should be later on. Okay. Okay. So a lot of people ask me, how is it big? What is going to happen to Bitcoin and so on, right? So I'll say that Bitcoin right now is this is a 35% retracement. It's very normal for Bitcoin to do a 35%, even 50% retracement. Okay, it used to do like 70-80% drawdown, but I don't think we will exceed. If it goes to 75K, is now a potential support to watch. I'm not exactly sure whether it will come down, but I will say that this is likely the worst case scenario. Okay. And then if it really comes all the way down, then this will be a minus 50%. To me, I think that will be about the worst case scenario. The reason why I don't call this the end of the cycle, because I see this whole thing as still in the uptrend. And this is just another retracement, a deeper retracement. So to me, the way I position myself is to accumulate more Bitcoin in a downturn. Right? Look to accumulate more Bitcoin in a downturn. Right? Hedge using like Zcash is now hedging my portfolio. Right? Right. And then position for the upside. Look forward 3 to 6 months out. Okay. Eventually, to me, Bitcoin is still a scarce asset. There's a lot of de-risking that has been done for crypto in the last couple of years already. Like the US government, banks, they're all likely going to hold hoarder BTC. Okay. So let me share with you like this is not financial advice, guys. Just to share with you my mental model, right? How I see the crypto asset, right? If you take this as a reference, right, for yourself, right? If you don't like crypto, then you can skip, okay? But I still think that I have done, I believe, enough research to convince myself that this thing is here to stay. Crypto is here. This Bitcoin is here to stay on. Okay. Okay, so you can see that this is I won't go into the details of why Bitcoin is good, all this kind of thing, right? I think you can find it online. But basically, right, we compare the use case to gold. Gold have a 28.28 trillion. Bitcoin, as of yesterday, when I do my snapshot, is 6% of the gold market cap. Okay. So, in my view, I think is if my medium term target, right? Again, this is not financial advice, guys. I'm just sharing with you my thought process. Okay, I could be wrong, right? Okay, just sharing with you guys my thought process. I could be wrong, but this is my reference point, right? When I look at crypto assets now. Okay, my medium term target until end of 2026, right, is BTC to by next year and achieve 20% of gold market cap, which is 280K. So from 85 to 280, right? It's almost, I think, 3.5x. Still good, right? Okay. Then longer term, 3 to 5 years later, right? 50% of gold market cap will be 700K. Do I believe this will happen? Personally, yes. Personally, yes. Right. There's a reason why this is gold and Bitcoin is still an asset that through the passage of time, right, they are still making all-time highs. Right, despite the drop, eventually, they have the history of always recovering, just like gold, right? Is that this is what I call the debasement trade. Debasement trade. The US, right? The US got a huge debt burden. To resolve it, they can only continue. They have to. It's not they can choose to. They have to continue printing money. Stanley Druckenmiller mentioned this before. Right? There's like, if you take the net present value of all the welfare that's been promised to the citizens, right? The welfare, pensions, and so on, right? if you take the net present value, right, the kind of money that the US needs, right, is based on the debt plus the debt burden at the moment, right? Basically, they really have to print all the way. They have no choice. It's not like they can choose. Okay? Stanley Druckenmiller said this before in one of the interview a couple of years ago. Right. And this is not just Stanley Druckenmiller. I think everyone in crypto space knows about this. So this is more of like a debasement trade. If you believe in the debasement trade, then this is the use case. Okay. Microsoft is compared to Ethereum, right? Ethereum is not just for smart contract right now, but more of like after the Genius Act, more for stablecoin. Right. I think Tom Lee have shared a lot of why Ethereum. So I'm not going to re-emphasize the point about Ethereum, but I think I would just say that I will compare it with Microsoft. Okay. Microsoft market cap as of yesterday is 3.52. ETH is 2.335. I believe that ETH will eventually become 20% of Microsoft market cap, which is about 5,008. So as of yesterday, price. In fact, the way I look at the current market retracement now is that you see, guys, in a market drawdown, right? Okay, if you want to find success in this space, or even in trading or trader or investing, right? The way you look at a drawdown like this, right, is you need to be cool-headed. That is what sets you different from someone who may panic, sell, or panic and don't know what to do in this kind of situation. You must be able to see the opportunity, right, and not lose your cool, right, in times like this. Okay. To me, I see this as a good opportunity, right? Because the lower the price go, the better it is later on. Because at least there's 2x, right, by mid 2026, in my view. 50% of Microsoft. The reason why is because to me, Ethereum is just like it's a crypto decentralized operating system. Plus the stablecoin is going to drive a lot of adoption. I'll leave it to you guys to watch Tom Lee video to understand more about why Ethereum, but stablecoin, Genius Act, right? I'm not going to reiterate here, but I think it makes sense that the stablecoins mostly will be launched on top of Ethereum. Ethereum is like the Microsoft operating system in crypto. It's the only one that Wall Street trusts, not any layer ones, not proven one, right? But Ethereum has been around. It's one of the early movers and the most stable operating network in crypto, smart contract network in crypto. Okay, and of course, crypto Ripple. Actually, after Ripple like went up 8x, I didn't really want to focus too much on Ripple because after Ripple went up 8x, I personally don't see much upside right now. Right? Why? Let me show you. I compared to Amex, Mastercard, and Visa. Right? These three market cap as of yesterday. Average market cap 442 billion. So XRP market cap as of yesterday is about at $1.98, about 26%. I believe Ripple will become, at least because of the payment network that they're using, stablecoin will also indirectly benefit Ripple. Ripple is like the lorry that will carry the stablecoin. Understand? Like the lorry that will carry the stablecoin around, right? It's the payment network. So naturally, they will be benefiting as well, just like Chainlink as well. Chainlink is like Oracle. It's like the price feed data provider, right? So one thing is that XRP went up a lot. So even if it achieves 75% of the top payment companies, I think it's going to be on par eventually. This is about 2x, about same as Ethereum, right? 3 to 5 years later, about 100%. Okay, about $7.41. So this is my reference point. This is my reference point when I look at these big cap cryptos that has at least a overlap use case, right, with traditional companies. Okay, they're solving like real world problems as well. Okay, so this is This is for, I think, in PDP as well. I shared this, I think, earlier this year in June. In June, 11th of June, earlier this year, I shared, right, this potential alpha with my community in PDP. Right, I told my students my average price was $3.64, somewhere around here. Right, and within just 1 month time, this thing just went up. Okay, I think a lot of my students have a very good run. Right, I sold 70% of my TARX. Right, capture the profit. I still hold the remainder 30%. To me, the remainder 30% is like my profit. There's zero risk. There's zero risk because that's my profit already. I took on my capital already. I'll leave the other 30% inside, right? There's zero risk. You can go to zero, doesn't matter, right? And then I'll just leave it there. Sometimes I do this kind of thing also, right? I mean, that's the beauty about going for multi-bagger. When you go for multi-bagger, sometimes when you take back your capital, right, plus more, you can leave the entire thing without much, because you really take back your capital and some profit, right? You can, the remainder is just let the profit roll. Sometimes I do that, like TARX. I think a lot of my students, right, made a lot of money in the TARX lobang. We call it lobang, right? Okay. This was shared in the PTP community. Right. Example, like let's say some students, let's say they went in 5K. This will have turned into 15K. 10K will have turned into 3x, right? Will be 30K. Right. This will have made more than make back the enrollment fee already, right? Okay. Let me share with you Vivian here. Vivian joined me in April 2019. Right. She sent me this personal thank you note in the Telegram. She mentioned that thank you for designing these courses for us. In less than 3 months, regardless of volatility in the current market, she managed to make back the course fee that using the methods that I taught all my students. In fact, a lot of my students made back a course fee, right, in the price action manipulation community, right, because of the sharing that I gave along the way, right. I usually for me personally, I want all my students to do well, right. It's never my intention to not let anyone, my students, like, I want my students to understand what I do, right. I want them to understand what I do. That's why we have a very strong, I would say, strong community support, right. Me, Adam and Bang, we are inside the community chat every day. Like Adam mentioned just now, right? Every day, 24/7. Actually, even weekends, I also answer question, right? Even when I go holiday, I also answer question. Because like, to me, I'm like talking. I love to share my knowledge, right, and to help my students. Okay, so I think this is something that I want to share with you guys. And also Joshua here, right? Right. Joshua is also one of our students, right, in the price action community chat. In fact, upon enrollment, right, and I think once you are inside the PEM chat, right, you can see him there, right? Joshua is one of my students, right, and he sent me this on the 1st of January 2025. So some of my students usually, like, they share their performance in very transparently inside the PEM community. In fact, I would say Joshua is a typical Singaporean dad, right? And I've done an interview with him before, right? I met him personally before, right? And he mentioned this. He sent me this thank you note in the chat with and all my students can see, right? He mentioned that he has a kid a few years back. He was pressured by family members. He tagged Adam and me. Spy 999 is me, right? Adam and me. He was pressured to buy a car, right, in Singapore, right? So that it's easy to move around, but he felt that it was a financial liability because in Singapore, right, the COE is very high. If you buy a decent car, I think it should cost about 200,000. Brand new car, okay? But instead of buying a car, he used the capital to invest in the US market after watching Adam's free YouTube video back in 2020 and 2021. He mentioned that the decision not to purchase the family car, having some on convenience, right, help him to, even though there's some inconvenience, helping to compound his wealth over the next 3 years due to delayed gratification. In fact, he spent 15K in financial education purchasing courses from Priyana and others, and this did not sit well with his family members because financial courses are usually perceived as scam others to scam others of their money. I don't know about other courses, right? Actually, I told him that actually if you just attend Priyana courses, right, you probably will save more than half, right? And the value you get should be more, right? And more sustaining, right? Of course, I'm biased. Of course, I'm biased, right? I'm from Priyana, right? But the thing is, I think a lot of my students will agree with me, right? A lot of them will agree with me on this, okay? So fast forward over here, he mentioned in 2024, right? He actually made about a 550K, half a million Sing dollar, 160% year-to-date return. Very impressive returns. And he do this, right, with together with his spare capital not deployed in the markets, right? He's basically unofficially a Singapore millionaire within 3 years of investing, trading without leverage and options. It's a very fantastic performance. Okay, just a couple of years ago, right, during COVID, he was just starting out, and then a few years later, right, by learning from Adam and also in trading in SPY, I mean in PAM, sorry, price action manipulation program, he managed to actually turn his make very good performance in his portfolio. So I'm very happy for him, right? In fact, after what he shared, a lot of my students gave a very good thumbs up and like in the community. Okay, in fact, I think I always tell students that if you've done well in based on what you have learned in PP, Priyana Profits, share with other students your knowledge, because this will eventually also help you to become a better trader. That's why in my community is a very vibrant community with a lot of students sharing their ideas as well. Also, we have Asanka. Okay. He mentioned this, right? A couple of months back. Actually, you share his performance every other month, right? This was during May, right? He mentioned that he made a net profit of $18,000, $134. And what he did is he traded mainly TQQQ intraday using PEM setups such as uptrend retracement test 8 or 20 EMA, false bottom, and DR1 scenarios using a 1 minute time frame. So even though I don't officially teach like 1 minute time frame, but he modified the strategy, the PEM strategy, to trade lower time frame, right? And it works for him. I'm very happy for him, right? He shared his performance here. He has a 65.81% win rate, 2R win risk reward profit target, capital 150K, and it gives him a money return of 12%. Right? He made about 394 trades with 19 winning days and 2 losing days only. So I'm very happy for him. He shared these results in in the PEM community, right? And actually you can learn from students like Asanka, Josh as well, right? They have different styles. They adapt whatever they learn in PEM to their own style, right? And this also helped to motivate other students like Jovan, right? He mentioned that this really shifts his paradigm as to what is possible with the right knowledge and skill. The amount of knowledge that he has accumulated and shared in just that's being shared in the community chat in the last 6 to 7 months of this chat when he joined is so fascinating to watch and to be a part of, right? In our community, right, you can really see, right, this is not a community where you go in, right, it's like the cricket sound. You go in, like some trading community you join, you go in, cricket sound, nobody talk on. Our community is very vibrant, right? Adam and myself, right, our communities, you can see that a lot of students do share their win and lose, their ideas, potential setups they're looking at, also inside our community chat, like especially in our family chat group. When you're inside PAM, you will know this. Okay, so I look forward to you guys actually join our community and be part of our community to see and meet all these traders here. Even like Ray over here, right? During the time in May, he mentioned that he made about $29,000. Right. So again, this is not to show off. I'm sharing with you guys also to motivate you that this is possible, right? A lot of my students, they have done it, and I believe that You guys can as well, right? Okay. Say to hold myself accountable to be consistent every month, right? And I'm very happy for him. Made about 86 trades, realized about 29,000 Sing dollar. Okay, over here. And then over here, Stefan also sent me a thank you note, right? I think back in 2021 December. Right, he's one of my younger students, right? He's from Australia, so he sent me this thank you note. And over here, he mentioned this, guys. He wanted to express his gratitude to finding about Pam. He did something and he have never done before. He went almost all into a stock in the Australian market, in which he should not have done that. I think it's okay. Why? Because I teach my students that when you trade, right, you can look at your risk level. Right, let's say a good risk level is not more than 10% at any one time. That means if you got 10 position, you risk 1% each. If you got 5 position, you can look to risk 2% each. You got 1 position, you can risk up to 10%. But to do this, one trade go and risk 10%, right? It reminds me of Stanley Druckenmiller and George Soros again. They are like that one. In fact, if you if you watch Stanley Druckenmiller, some of the trades they done, I think there's one trade that they long or short the euro against the Deutsche Mark or something, right? They short the euro against the Deutsche Mark, I think. They were risking they put 200% of the fund. They were risking I think around 10% of the fund. But because the risk reward is asymmetric, they take the trade anyway. Long story short, I think they made a few $billion for the quantum fund. And I think in one of the interview, Stanley Druckenmiller said that George Soros told him that he should go for the jugular, right? When things align. So you need to have really done your homework to make sure that the fundamentals align, right? There's probably a certain narrative tailwind behind the stock. Okay. So he mentioned the stock went up 5x at first. He was not sure where to take profit, but he have a very big conviction on the stock, and he further went in to hit 20 times his initial capital. So he actually, I believe he started about 5K USD. And he turned this to 30 times, right? His 30 times his capital. This is many times more than maybe his cost fee, right? Okay. So very happy for him, guys. Okay. So he mentioned this as well, that his weakness is not knowing where to take profit until he came for the price action manipulation program, that he learned about bullish and bearish force strike. So there was a force stock on this stock called DW8 that he bought. He took 90% of the profit. So the remaining 10%, actually dropped 80%, but doesn't matter. He already secured 90% of the profits. So he mentioned that if he did not find out about the price action manipulation strategies, he will probably be back to where it was in the beginning of the year. Okay. So he wanted to thank me for actually helping him to make a big head start in his life. And I'm very happy for that. Very happy for him as well, right? When my students do well. Basically, what Stefan did here, right, is what we call the multi-bagger mentor model. So like I mentioned earlier on, I do a combination of multi-bagger style and technical trading style. For example, like going for fixed risk reward. There are some trades I like to go for potentially 50% upside at least. I call it like for multi-bagger returns at least. Okay. So let me share with you, how do you turn 10K into $1 million, guys? This is one of my favorite mental models that I always teach my students, right? How do you turn 10K into $1 million? In a lifetime, you look to 10x twice in a lifetime. This is the basic standard mental model. Easy, right? Easy, right? Some people may be asking me, telling me, right, that I don't see any stock that 5-10x in the last 5-10 years. It's possible, right? There are stocks like even Meta, right? Google, the FANGs, right? Apple, Amazon, Netflix. Okay. If you bought Tesla before COVID, that would be 50x, right? Even Palantir, if you bought in Nvidia, even AMD, Micron, all this, right? And what else? Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Zcash, for example, right? These are some, I mean, some cryptos and even some good companies, I would say growth stocks or even speculative growth stocks that have the potential to do what we call multi-bagger gains. Of course, we don't go and look for, like, let's say, I would say like example like McDonald's, right? I don't think it's going to multi-bag anytime soon, so easily, right? Right. Okay. Like stocks for McDonald's, Starbucks, all these kind, right? Even if doesn't mean I don't trade them. I still trade them if there's a technical setup. Okay. And you may not need to go for like you can modify the mental model. Like example, you start with 12. You may start with 12. You split this into let's say 4K. You can modify the mental model, guys. 4K, 4K, 4K. And let's say turn this into 40K. Let's say turn this into 40K. Then this one how? Let's say this one you buy some crypto, go to zero. Doesn't matter. Right? That's why I also, when I trade crypto, I also diversify. The soldiers go to war, they never come back, but never mind. But there are some that they'll bring the soldiers, right? The section go out, the platoon go out, they bring back a battalion. Then in the end, at the end of the cycle, there's one division is fine. Right? Some section will die, it's okay. Understand? So let's say this one 10x already, you can example, let's say you want to be conservative, you can take back 20K. That means you take back your initial 12K plus $8,000 profit to make yourself feel good. Then the rest is basically what I say, risk-free. Then you can split this into 20K, 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 and then you trade again, right? To go for multi-bag. Then you slowly expand out. That's how you grow. You understand? You need to have a certain mental model first. Okay? That's how you grow a small capital. You may take some hit along the way, but then again, you need to constantly tell yourself that as long as you diversify out, go only take on good entries when let's say market retrace, right? The reason why we don't just buy, let's say even if I like a stock, I don't just buy just like that, right? It's because I don't want to buy and then the thing retrace and go against me, let's say 50%. Or the move is already over. That's why even if you know that, let's say a stock has potential multi-bagger gains, it's better to use a PEM strategy to time entry and exit. Okay, this will help you to maximize, right, the opportunities in the market. And you can use it even if you are investing, right, to optimize your entry exit. So this is the stock that Stephen went in. So he sold right at the top. This is what we call a what, guys? This is what you just learned, bull trap pattern, which is bearish. Okay, you can take this as a bull trap pattern. What is this chart pattern called, guys? This is a chart pattern called internal injury. In Chinese, we call this 内伤, right? Internal injury means the stock died already. It went into ICU mode, right? Usually, maybe sometimes got some good news, pump, then die. The last I checked, guys, this one, the last I checked, right, this stock is delisted. Imagine if that time he never sell here, right? GG. That's why it's important to know how to exit also. Okay. So Kenneth over here mentioned that win rate is surprising 90%. So basically what he did is combines the PEM strategies with flow trading and volatility trading strategy, which is option trading strategies, right? Just like Johan over here, one of my students, right? He combined PEM with options. I personally don't really use options in my trading. I use mainly outright. Outright means I just buy the stock itself, the shares. But by some of my students use options to express the view. Some of them use synthetic right? I know a lot of my students like to use synthetic, right? Some of them use spreads, option spreads to express their view, right? The thing is that PEM will help you to have establish the directional sense. I mean, if you understand the options, right? It's good, then you'll be good also to have a certain directional bias. For example, let's say today, right? Let's say you saw a bull trap pattern or a bearish PEM setup that will tell you that high chance market going to come down. If you know high chance market going to come down using PEM strategies, which tells you the high probability direction, then you use option. Then you know how to use option already, right? Then you use option to express your view. Maybe then of course you are not going to buy call, right? Or sell put. Since you know see the chart. Let's say you are too, why you want to go and buy call, sell put? Right? Because I can tell you, right, if the market is coming down, right, whatever call you buy also would most likely die on. Or whatever put you sell also die on. Right? Options, I would say you still need certain directional sense. Even if there's sideways pattern, right, it's also a direction. Sideways pattern is also a direction because you need to be sure that this thing is consolidating, right? If you like say you do an iron condor, right? For example. So but if you want to keep it clean and simple, I usually I don't like to think too much, right? So I buy, I just hold until the thing move. Right? Until the thing move. I don't need to worry about DTE or this kind of thing, other variables. So I just do outright. And to me, inherently, it's also a hedge. It prevents me on taking up too much exposure. Okay? But if you like options, you can do that. You can do that as well. Okay? All right, guys. So some of you asked me, right? Should you quit your job to do this full time? Let me share with you, guys. I personally think that, right? Okay. I have a lot of students, right, who are bankers, teachers, analysts, engineers. I even have students who are pilots, stewardess. For some reason, I have a lot of students from airline industry. I don't know why. The airline industry, a lot of them like to join SPY. I would like to join PEM, price action manipulation course, right? So, maybe a bit they are more adventurous, right? Okay. The thing is this: if you have fulfillment in your day job, right, you don't have to really quit your job to do this full time. You can do more of like swing trading. You can do more of like swing trading, guys, right? Because if you are proficient in swing trading, you only need less than 15 minutes a day to manage your trades. Understand? Okay, because let's say you love teaching as a teacher, you don't have to really quit. Because when you do swing trading, you don't need to really have too much screen time at home. You can just manage your trade once a while. You have position, you can just leave it there and then you can go and do your things. Because sometimes when you work, you can meet people and you get additional cash flow as well, right? Okay, so you can also you can do swing trading in stocks, forex, futures, and cryptocurrencies. Okay, the strategy I teach you guys can use in all these asset class. If you are interested in doing scalping, short-term trading, you can trade forex, futures, and even stocks. In one of the lesson in PEM level 2, there is a special lesson called DR1X scalping. Okay, I can tell you, guys, this scalping lesson, right? Someone out there could charge you $2,000-$3,000 just for this strategy. But I actually put this scalping strategy, right, as a bonus inside the level 2 program in PEM. It's actually it was not a legacy, it was not used to be inside PEM course one. I added it as a bonus for all my students. Okay. So in the PEM community, right, guys, you'll meet many people from all walks of life. And I will say that in the in the PEM community in Piranha Profits, we have one of the, I would say, we have a lot of big brains inside. I think a lot of our students, I would say we are one of the largest trading community in the region, right? In the region, right? And it's also the most vibrant community. Okay, you'll meet joining the community. I would say it's also about networking. You get to meet a lot of like-minded traders. I have a lot of students who are fund managers, asset managers, private equity, right? Adam, me, Bang, a lot of veteran traders inside, prop desk traders are inside. There's a lot of hidden dragon one, guys. There's a lot of hidden dragon inside. Like inside my PEM community. In fact, I would say also like a lot of those crypto whales are also inside because they know that I'm a crypto guy as well. So sometimes they join inside to follow my ideas, my thought, my technicals, right? Inside the community. Okay, so you can meet a lot of people inside as in the spy community, in the PEM community, right? Where you can learn from one another as well, right? So Stj is a fund manager. He actually managed 800 million of AUM. So he famously mentioned in my community, right, that aim to make $500 a day, this will be 10K a month. Then you can say bye-bye to your boss, right? For new traders, you can aim to make $100 on average a day. This will be around 2K USD a month, right? Not bad for an alternative income. And I think to make about $100 a day, right, can start off with 3.5K. Sorry, let me just write this down. 3.5K to 5K USD as a starting capital. Understand? And then to me, right, trading is the essence of entrepreneurship. It's the essence of entrepreneurship. And if you were to start a business, physical business in Singapore, right, I think minimum, let's say retail business or F&B business, you need at least 50,000. Right? So to open a trading account, you need 5K. I think up to 5K to start. I think it's not, I think it's achievable for most people. But what's the catch? I tell you what's the catch. The catch is you may have the money to open an account, but then again, you need a set of proven trading strategies to trade. Because no matter how much you put in the account, right, if you don't have a set of proven strategies like Adam teach investing, if you don't know about investing well, right, you buy some stock that may not compound in the next 5 years, 10 years, right, then no matter how big your capital is, it may not be maximized. Same for trading, right? If you want to be to trade, you need to also invest in a set of proven strategies. And of course, I would say that PEM strategies will help you, right? It's already a proven methodology that me and my students, as you have seen earlier on, all of us are using. Understand? So you need to invest in yourself in that skill set. Then you use the capital to practice and to size up. And of course, this is 5K is just a start. Once you're proficient, then you can always increase the size. Good thing about trading is that it's scalable. It's scalable, right? You may be risking a few $100, but once you're proficient, you can risk 1,000, 5,000, or even more. Okay. I have many people from all walks of life here in the PEM community. In fact, a lot of my friends, I was from SMU. It's a university in Singapore. A lot of my friends from my university last time, they joined me, right, in the PEM course. Like one of my good friend is JQ. He's like the valedictorian standard one, right? He's like my cohort top 5. Very smart guy. I can tell you, I tell you how I survive in my university. My secret to surviving my university, right, is to do project with him. That's my secret. You do project with him, you minimal get A, right? Yeah, so we always laugh about it. He's my good friend, right? I settle a lot of those documentation. So he do the more of the coding thing. But he's a very smart guy. Before he graduated from the university, he was being headhunted. He was being headhunted by the top US banks before he even graduated. Very smart guy. So after I graduated, I joined prop desk. I traded. He know that I make money in prop desk. Then he always asked me to teach properly, but I don't during the time I don't have a course lah. So after that, when I joined Adam, I have a proper course. Immediately he joined. He never asked for discount. I can tell you up to today, right? He's still inside PDP community. He never ever asked me for discount. This one I can assure you, he never ever asked me for discount. He still joined PDP, and every year he just joined because he know that even if I'm his friend, right, he still wants to be inside, right? But anyway, let me share with you his story. He joined PAM in back in 2017, I think 2016, late 2016. Then after that, right, he quit his job. He went to join the prop desk. Joined prop desk, I think, for more than a year, 1.5 years. Right. Then he made a lot of money in the prop desk. Then after today he trade full time at home. Full time at home. He's a stay-at-home father of 3 kids. His wife go out to work. He trade at home after kids. Right. Of course, he enjoy his time. He's very happy, right? He got 3 kids, right? Happy and busy, right? So I'm very happy for him, right? He's I catch up with him every now and then, and he's a full-time trading at home. And every now and then he helped me to reply questions inside as well, right? So you can see he's very logical. You can see he's very logical when in his explanation. Okay, he pick up things very very fast one. Okay, so you can meet even many of my students inside there. They are all very proficient. I think a lot of my students like Josh, they are even Pat. Recently, I have an interview with this student Pat. They're all very experienced traders. Okay. Derek, one of my student, one of my one of my student from Malaysia, right? So over here, right, he's an engineer by training. So he actually sent me this screenshot in a Telegram. Last time he mentioned that his portfolio, thank you for your advice, his portfolio increased by 115% from Q2. He did a lot of back testing in Forex pair in different time frame, and he find the set in Forex chart less noisy and time frame makes him very comfortable in terms of his lifestyle and psychology. Right, he backtest a lot, and he's finding that he was so confident he reached 5% per trade. He doubled his portfolio, right, in just 1 quarter. Right, in fact, he turned a 3.5k USD account to a 15.6k USD within 6 months, and doing well after that as well. So I'm very happy for him. More than make back his cost fee. At the start, he was very new, but I gave him a lot of advice, and he contributed in the community chat, and his portfolio started to do very well, right? He trade mainly Forex. So for those of you interested to trade Forex, you can also explore the lessons inside the I also teach Forex inside the price action manipulation program. Okay. He mentioned that he backtests a lot, right? I told my students I don't backtest anymore. I really trade for more than I trade more than 14 years already, right? I don't do backtesting. But what I do now, I do this thing called forward testing. Forward testing. Forward testing means that I can tell you today, right? Most of my trades, I would say, in fact, all my trades in I would say the in my in PTP, even in my own portfolio that I manage, right? I manage $3.5 million of portfolio, and my PTP portfolio, they are all using PAM strategies. They're all using PAM strategies. I tell people that if my strategy doesn't work right, I'll be the first to lose a lot of money. But till today, I can tell you, I still do big sizes in my own portfolio because I'm very confident in my strategy. These are all time-tested strategies, right? I've done it for many, many years. Okay. Let me share with you guys this, guys. Okay. In this black market event, right, guys, let me introduce to you the price action manipulation mastery package, where you will consist of all the manipulation strategies inside this program, right? That you have seen me use, right, actually in the examples in this webinar. Okay, so this is a package consists of level 1, level 2. Let me show you share with you guys the curriculum first, right? There is actually a special Black Friday discount, right, for all students. Is the lowest price, right, that you will get in a year in a Priyana Profits. Okay, later I'll share with you guys the bonuses and the deal. Okay, let me share with you the curriculum first. So intro to price action manipulation trading in level 1. All the terminologies, lingos, right? Mechanics of trading, we'll cover that in here in intro. Especially, it's good for new traders, right? To get started, right? So you're on par with those traders who have more experience. We'll cover stock market basic and market makers. Who are the market makers? How what are the kind of entities that are involved in market making and so on. Okay. And also we'll go into trade mechanics, identifying market flow and price trends. So I'll talk about more about margin trading. How do you avoid this thing called margin call? So it's very normal to use margin when you're trading, right? But how do you make sure it's done in a reasonable manner, right? To avoid margin call, right? Right. And also, how do I know market is in a bullish flow or bearish flow? Is it going to crash, or is it going to turn south, or things like that? We look out for this thing called market flow and price trends. Okay. And lesson 3, very important lesson. I personally made a lot of money, guys. I personally made a lot of money, right, based on what I teach you guys in this lesson, right? Big players demand supply manipulation. Identifying key stop hunting levels by market makers, demand supply manipulation for double top and double bottoms levels. This is a very, very important lesson, guys. Basically, it'll teach you guys where are all the stop losses placed by the retailers in the chart, right? Because these are levels where market makers will chase for manipulation to take place. And if you will know this, right, you can front run the market makers. And you can take advantage when other retailers get stop out, right? And you know where to put your stop loss to minimize your chances of getting stop out too easily as well, right? You can't find this anywhere in the books one. I developed this solely based on my experience when I was in the prop desk. Okay. Right. And then you also learn about risk and money management. So you also understand like how I size my trade, right? In order to take calculated risk in the market, and how I use certain orders, right, to help me take profit and cut loss if things go against me. Okay. Execution signal, right? You understand the price basic bar formation and also 3 standard bar. This is like your confirmation signal to get into the trade when there's a strategy setup. Okay, we use this thing called 3 standard bar formation. You can learn in PEM. And lesson 6 will be on sweet spot entries and exit, the conservative and the aggressive style. Okay, you'll learn this thing called trade structuring. Trade structuring, right, in my view, is one of the, I would say, the secret I learned in the prop desk. If you know this, right, this will prevent you from buying at the wrong price. Because if you structure a trade properly, right, it will help you to hit your target easily rather than constipated in the trade for too long. Right? It minimizes your chance of constipating in the trade for too long and achieving your risk reward faster. Okay, when you understand this thing called trade structuring. Okay, you'll be covered in the entry exit lesson. And the first strategy you're going to learn, right, in level 1 will be the 4-strike bar formation strategy. Right, this is one like I mentioned just now, right? Like, you know my trade in XRP and even Zcash, right? You're also based on, even ICP is based on 4-strike. It's one of my favorite, very potent strategy. In fact, I'll say that this strategy have made me more than $3 million all these years. Just this strategy, plus all the other strategy combined, right? I made in total more than $10 million in trading. But this strategy alone, I'll say account for at least $3 million profit. One of my favorite, very potent strategy. 4-strike bar formation. So we trade in 2 contexts, continuation context and in reversal context. And I'll cover both contexts with a lot of examples in the course. Okay, you'll see a lot more examples inside. Okay, and then you also learn the URDR strategy. This is our advanced price action manipulation strategy. Right, this is a very potent strategy as well, called UR1, DR1. In fact, I also use DR1 very frequently. It's one of my favorite as well. Very potent strategy. This is how I catch the bottom in April this year when market sell down. Okay, and then you will learn with a lot of examples in level 1. Screening for swing trading setup. Okay, you're going to learn how to do screening as well in using the thing of Swim and TC2000 platform. Okay, so we'll be also be providing you with the scripts, right? to run your scanner. If you do not have the access to Think or Swim or TC2000 for screening, don't worry. Every week, me and my coaches will upload the scan, the list of the scan results into the Discord channel, right? So even if you don't know how to scan, never mind, we'll post the results into the Discord channel every week. Okay. Lesson 11 will be creating a unique trading plan, right? This is like your expected goal post or how much you expect to make per week, per month, per quarter, per year, right? So that when you start your trading, you know like how much you expect to make, right? When you start your trading journey. Okay. All students have to do this before they start trading. Okay. Lesson 12 will be on charting and brokerage platform setup. So this is the essential charting guide and brokerage selection. By default, I primarily use Think or Swim charts. I use Think or Swim charts and also Trading View charts in my trading. Right. We'll have video tutorial lessons to teach you guys how to use interactive brokers, Trading View, Think or Swim, TC2000. So don't really worry. Right. I have video tutorial guides to teach you guys how to use all these platforms. Okay. And then lesson 13 will be on mental models of professional traders, adopting a winning trading psychology. Right. So you need to have the right mental models, right, in order to become a successful trader as well. So I'll cover more about my experience in the prop desk, and this will help you gain experience, right, to become a more profitable trader. Level 2, we will move one step further with more strategies and in different time frame and asset class, right? We'll cover more advanced advanced strategies. We'll cover swing trading and short-term trading time frames. We'll move into futures, forex, commodities, and even crypto as well, right? And then I'll talk about crisis. How do you trade crisis in level 2? Usually people don't teach crisis one, but in PAM, our unique part is to teach you guys how to trade a crisis. Okay. Market accumulation and distribution rotation model. Based on the last 100 years, I'll share with you guys the boom and bust cycle, how market consistently recover, how we're going to take advantage of the next crisis. I don't think it's going to come anytime soon. The current retracement, I don't think it's a crisis. But eventually, the next couple of years after the bull run is over, if the crisis comes, you need to have this mental model in place to get ready to take advantage. Like my students once they learn this, right, for me, right, they know how to take advantage of the crisis sell down, right, during COVID, during the dollar yen unwinding last year, during this year April sell down as well. I can tell you after you learn this lesson, right, you will be looking forward to crisis rather than be scared of it. Okay. And also lesson 2, price momentum analysis, understanding wave and flush. How to trade when there's no price action, right? This is understanding wave and flush, right? Because whenever you see the price action started to get flashy and things like that, right, you will know that it could be the top for the price movement. So I cover more examples on that in the price momentum analysis lesson. Okay. Lesson 3 will be a UC1, DC1. So this is like acronyms for my strategies, more for continuation setups. Okay, there's 2 variation, UC1, UC2 for uptrend continuation, downtrend continuation, DC1, DC2. Okay, and also there will be another lesson to check for divergence. Okay, this is an additional check. And also for lesson 6 will be on UR2, DR2. Timing ultimate tops and bottoms. Very important, guys. May not come often, but whenever there is, right, it gives me a clear signal that market is going to do a major reversal or major bottom. Okay, it's very important. All these skill set will give you a very holistic approach to the market. You know how to trade sideways pattern, special situation using bullish, bearish FS. You know how to trade uptrend, downtrend, ultimate tops and bottoms with all these strategies. Also include this higher time frame trading, inside bar break. Okay, inside bar break for higher time frame trading. Buy high, sell higher. Right. So one of my student Eric over here, previously he also employed this strategy with good results using IBB. We also have a script for the inside bar break as well. Okay. DR1X scalping. To scalp the lower time frame for stocks. Usually we exit within 24 hours, under 2 days. Okay, so you're gonna learn this special strategy for scalping stocks, right? How to make like a few $100 using the stock scalping strategies. Lesson 9 will be on futures commodities market. So for those of you who have interest in trading futures or forex, right, you can also learn it in PEM. You don't have to go and learn from a different source, right? Okay, you can learn in-house as well using the PEM strategies. And because I was when I was in the prop desk, I primarily trade forex and futures. My first 5 years of my time in prop desk, right, I primarily trade forex and futures. I would say I'm quite a good scalper, but scalping sometimes can be a bit too taxing because I have to sit in front of a computer for the entire day, right? But if you want to learn how to do that, right, and you don't mind doing some scalping every now and then, I still do scalp every now and then. I do both for hybrid and short-term trading and swing trading. You may also consider like trading futures and commodities, right? Like index forex commodities futures, like index like your S&P, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, forex futures, commodities like your gold, silver, copper, platinum, palladium, right? Crude oil futures, natural gas, and so on, right? I'll teach you guys where are the key important timings to trade all these products and how to trade them, right? In the PEM course, how do professional traders manage execution risk, and how do they roll the futures contracts, right? How does we as professional trader roll futures contracts in the prop desk as well? Okay. And lesson 10, how do you do your sizing and risk management for futures and commodities market, right? So over here is the for future for forex, right? To do your understanding forex, do your screening for your setup for forex and their risk management. And this lesson will be teaching you how to scalp both futures and forex market. Understand? And also for those of you keen to trade, look into cryptocurrency, I also have a lesson here. This is not going to be like a full-fledged crypto course that will teach you DeFi, staking, all these things. I go straight to trading using PEM strategies. Understand? So you it's good enough to get you started to open accounts, which exchange to use, how to measure performance. For those who measure performance in Bitcoin terms, you measure performance in terms of how many Bitcoin you have, right? There are some traders who are maximalists, they go for that. I go more in details in this lesson. Okay, and also risk management using the PEM strategies. So I can tell you, guys, if you are serious about trading crypto, right, this is a lesson that you cannot miss, right? Because over here, I'll share with you guys how I make millions of dollars in crypto, right, using the PEM strategies. What kind of tweak I have for the setup to enter, and how do I look out for exits? How do I do my risk management as well? Okay, so you're going to learn here in lesson 15. So Derek over here, one of my students here, he actually used PEM strategy more for investing as well. So I think he shared this in 2020 as during a time he managed to double his portfolio. Basically, he used PEM strategy to time entries into fundamentally good companies. Right, he's also in UI, I think in Pat Adams' course as well. Okay, and within 10 months, he actually doubled his return. Okay, by using PEM strategy to time entries into fundamentally good companies. A lot of my students also like trade look, they use whatever Adams teach, right? And then but they use PEM strategy to time their entries. Okay. So you're gonna enjoy these exclusive bonuses when you enroll today, right? So enrollment to the PEM Mastery Package will entitle you access to the PEM Traders Discussion Group, as I mentioned just now. So you'll meet a lot of like-minded traders inside here, and if I see any market movement that's, I think, relevant to share, I do share that inside the chat as well, right? My views of the current market updates usually are shared over there. Okay, access to Discord channel is worth about $1,200 per year, but you'll be given to you guys free lifetime access upon enrollment today. Okay, bonus two will be to trade review sheet. Right, so you can get a trade setup checked and reviewed by me and my coaches, right? Review up to 50 trades a day. So you can see what other students put in, and you can also put in any potential trade setups and get ideas there from other students. I also use this sheet to get ideas for my trading also. right? We'll browse up to 250 trades per week. Okay. So you also receive this risk and money management spreadsheet to do your risk management. It's worth $100 as a bonus. Okay, and I'll share with you guys how to use that in the risk and money management lesson. Okay, in terms of screening, right, I'll also be giving you guys the scripts to do your screening. It's worth about $800, right? Only for Think or Swim and TC2000 platform. All these URDR, bullish, bearish, false strike, UCDC, inside bar break. On top of that, guys, I'll be giving you guys access to a test 200 SMA script. Okay, give you guys a test 200 SMA script. But even if you don't have access to a script, don't worry. My team will post the scan results every week into our Discord channel. Okay. Right. You also receive the level 1, level 2 quick reference guide. This is like the exam cheat sheet that you have, right? When you go exam, there's this like summary sheet, right? Worth $400, right? That will be given to you for free so that you can revise your strategies in PAM more effectively. So all in all, guys, right? Enrollment to the PAM mastery package, right? Level 1, level 2. This is a lifetime on-demand course. On demand means you can go and watch anytime. You can pause the video, rewind the video, and watch as many times as you want for a lifetime. I was told that right after the Black Friday sale, right? After this Black Friday sale, next year, right? Level 1, level 2, right? the PAM mastery package, right, will transform into a subscription mode. So if you want to enroll lifetime into a level 1, level 2 courses here, right? On demand course lifetime here, right? The Black Friday event today, right, is the last chance to do so. Okay, because next year, Priyana will move the PAM mastery courses to subscription mode every year. Okay, but if you enroll today, yours will be tagged under lifetime access. So you don't have to pay subscription fee for the level 1, level 2. Understand? So take note of this, guys. Okay, it's a very good deal, right? If you're on the lifetime on demand for the PAM level 1, level 2. So if I have any updates on, let's say, the course curriculum, I'll also be updating here inside here. Okay. So in total, right, the value for the PAM strategies is at 5676. Dedicated email support. All the exclusive bonus that I mentioned just now, Discord channel access 1,002, review sheet invaluable, risk and money management spreadsheet $100, 800, 400. In total value is at $8,176 in total value, guys. Okay. However, in today's black market online event, the limited time offer, right, by Priyana, right, is going for a 75% off. It's a very good deal, guys. Okay, it's going for 1,419 USD. Okay, once you enroll, you will secure all bonuses and receive the logins immediately. Like you enroll now, you can watch tonight, right, or tomorrow, right? Tonight you rest, tomorrow you start. Understand? Okay, so take note, this is a very good deal, guys. I was told that this is the lowest price that you will receive for the entire year. So if you miss this Black Friday sale, right, Priyana will revert back to the usual price. It's a very good deal, guys. Okay, enrollment today during the Black Friday sale. Okay, but then again in the chat also, I always receive this question as well. What if I want to stay updated to the market, but I don't have time to monitor? Alson, do you have a something like OTP and UIP, right? That you actually cook and I can see what you cook, right? I can see what you cook, right? So in PAM, we also have this thing called the PAM Trader Playbook. In short, we call it PTP. This is on a yearly subscription basis, right? So what I do in PTP is that I'll show you guys like how I manage a $100,000 portfolio. Right, in PTP, I'll show you guys how I manage $100,000 portfolio, and it's very transparent. Every trade I do, right, I screenshot and I'll put it inside the Discord channel. Buy, sell, adjustments, everything, partial take profit, cut loss, win and lose, drawdowns, winning streaks, all this I share. openly. So you can really read into my thought process. It's not like a one-way street. It's not like guys, I buy, then you cannot ask question. But I think the true value of PTP is that when you know how I manage the portfolio, like right now the market is like this. How is Elson thinking? How he's managing the drawdown? This is things, right, that I can tell you, right, is what I want to learn when I was in the prop test that I always wanted to learn. Right now, we created the PTP is really to help you guys to make the best use of the PAM strategies. Because there are a lot of nuances sometimes, right, that it's very hard to put into words, but as you see how I manage the portfolio, you can get a sense of how, let's say, Elson managed a difficult situation. Why Elson do this, right? I sometimes I may look a bit stupid also, right? But over time, you can see that how I get myself out from a drawdown or how I profit from the markets, right? And to be frank, I can tell you that when I started PTP, right, it went down to 94, right? To be frank to you guys, right? But eventually, right, I continue trading there. I think we have a rough patch at the start. It went to as high as 143K from the bottom. So it's almost like, I would say, 50%. I think it's 50%, right? 50% from the bottom. So depending on when I think my students actually join me, right? Of course, those who join me earlier, I have a real rough patch, right? But I think it's just a minor setback. And after that, they have seen how I trade the thing, right? The portfolio back up higher, right? To the highs of 43,000. Okay, so you can see really how I manage, let's say, win and lose. I mean, this is not something that will just go one line up. Sometimes there will be some retracement, right? But my target, right? My target is really to turn this account at least, right, double this account by next year. That's my target. Okay. So in fact, per trade in PDP, I risk about $1,000. I can share with you guys. Minimum 1,000 per trade, about 1%. But sometimes I go 2% or 3%. Some of my students know in PTP. And I say that, right, actually, whatever I do in PTP, I mirror into my main portfolio. My main portfolio, the reason why I don't use my main portfolio, because sometimes I 80% I mirror to 80-90% I mirror to PTP. There are something that I itchy finger on to press myself. So I don't put it into PTP. But whatever, most of 80% or 90%, 80-90% of the things that I do in PTP is mirrored to my main portfolio. So sometimes, even though I'm risking $1,000 per trade, I'm actually combined to my main portfolio, right? I will be risking, let's say, at least 6,000 to 15,000, sometimes even more per trade. So every trade that I do in PTP is very serious. Is a very serious. Every trade I'm doing, I'm risking at least 6,000. 6,000 at least. At least 6,000 USD per trade. So I'm doing this live, right, for my students to see how I manage the drawdowns, how I build myself up, right? Okay. And I would say that you can really read my thought process, right, and learn from this PTP program. Okay. In a nutshell, this is what very similar to what Adam does in UIP and Bang does in OTP as well. All right. So in in addition, right, guys, every month, right, I will do this thing called the report, the PTP gathering, which is a report, right? So I'll share with you guys like today, what this month, what did we do? We enter, like example, this trade, MBTS, what happened? I enter here, right? Then what happened? All this kind of thing, right? Why I enter, right? What's the result? What can we learn from this, right? Then you can really learn along the way, okay, in PTP. Okay. So I usually cover like US, Hong Kong market, closed trades, open trades, potential trades. And then some of you may ask me, hey, how come got crypto one? Crypto is a bonus. I share this as a bonus in PTP. PTP primarily focus is still on swing trading stocks. Sometimes mainly in the US market, sometimes in the Hong Kong market. Crypto is a bonus sharing. Right? Maybe at the end of this cycle, I don't want to. Maybe I think the market. If I think that crypto cycle ended, then maybe we will temporarily stop sharing that one, but that one will be a bonus now because I still think that there is opportunities in the crypto market, and I think based on popular demand, a lot of my students actually, even though they are trading stocks, they also like me to share my ideas, right, in stocks, in crypto. I share like my XRP ideas, even like Zcash, how I manage the crypto portfolio inside. Okay, so actually in PDP, right, guys, I have two portfolio now. 100K one for I started 100K one for the stocks and got another 100K for crypto. So in BDB in total now I'm managing 200K starting capital. Right, of course now they are both combined, I think more than 200K lah, but I started both about 200K. Right, so I'm managing both portfolios to with real stakes. It's like when you join PDP, it's like one stone kill two bird. Right, it's not like a separate. I could have maybe I could have just done another separate crypto PTP, right? But I decided to put it inside as a bonus to all my students. So it's a very good value add. Okay. Right, then we'll review the markets every month, and then you'll be into the trades will be put into a tracker. All my realized profit will be here. You can see all the trades that are being done, open and closed trades currently, and so on. What's the rationale? How much alson is risking? All this kind of thing, right? It'll be inside the tracker. Okay. On top of that, right, I also have this thing called the watch list. So before I take a trade, right, I usually want to have like a basket of ideas there first. It's like you must do your homework. So I usually, like, example, like now, right, like recently I told my students that I'm watching this thing called ADP. ADP basically is bullish FS test 200 SMA pending bullish EXE. But I have not taken it yet, but I put into my watch list. So my watch list, right, have all the so-called best PEM ideas at any one time. Right, the watch list. I've like all the pending like EXE, the pending PEM ideas, right, that I screen in the market. I put it there in my watch list. So in PDP, you get access to the watch list, and also from that watch list, what is the trade that I'm taking? Okay. So example, if I do a trade on, let's say, Alibaba, for example, earlier this year, right? You can see over here, guys. Like when I enter something, right, I'll put in like what's the entry, stop loss, where I'm taking profit. Right, for educational purpose, right? I share with you guys. So you can learn from how I approach the market. Okay, what's my size, right? How discretionary approach actually most of my trade in PDP I go for discretionary approach. Okay, like even my screenshot of my entries, the chart, how I enter. I can tell you something. I think nobody does it like this outside. So transparent. Personally, I don't think anyone does that. Or they maybe does it in a different manner, right? But based on what I know, right, I think this is the most transparent approach, really. Right, in PDP. Right, so I take profit for Alibaba along the way. So the example when I notify my students, right, why I exited, I sold along the way. I don't take like what's my rationale for exiting slowly. So I want to capture the entire move up. Eventually, total I made about 7,006 on Alibaba alone in PTP. In my own main portfolio, right, I made more than I think $50,000 in Alibaba. Okay, so these are all the things that are being shared. Like ALC recently, ALC also, right? How I entered in 30th of October, bullish FS false bottom scenario. You see, 30th of October, I think when I sell it, within 2 weeks only. Within 2 weeks, right? I made about 2003. I risked about $1,000. So this is 1:2.3. 1:2.3. Okay. Alibaba was 1:7. Risk reward 7. UNH also a very, I think, classic trade. 9 August. A lot of my PEM students know this, right? Long at 2501 entered here, entry, stop loss, all I share, very transparent, how much I buy, all this, right? When I exit, why I exit. Sometimes I share my thought process. You can always also ask me inside the chat. It's not what, like I said, not just a one-way street, right? You can also ask like my rationale. Okay. So I sold my remainder, made a total profit of 2006. I know that UNH will go higher, I told my students, but I'm trading it. Since I'm trading it, I don't want to I don't intend to hold it long term. If I wear my hat as a trader, sometimes I just want to just exit if I got good profits. So things like that, right? I do share inside the PTP chat. Okay. So you can see that some of my students also, I believe in PTP, right? Some of them share with me this, right? A lot of them also make full use of the PTP watch list, right? And they enter some trades there, even though I may not enter, because they know that these are my curated list of stocks, right? That I'm sometimes, like I said, the restaurant is full, but they're still good customer, right? To stocks to take, right? So they also still consider them. Okay, like Sherry, I think there's a trade that I did. SGM hit my take profit. Cherry mentioned this is her first trade win in her life, right? Memorable trade. It gives me a lot of encouragement to continue this trading journey. Thank you so much. So a lot of my students actually TP'd on this particular trade, right? As well, some use like synthetic options to replicate whatever I do in PTP, right? They make 10x subscription fee since joining PTP and so on. Okay. David, also my student, right? He shared his view on how PDP has benefited him, right? So he mentioned that having discipline to set OCO orders to cut when the trade fails, right, and so on, right? And my student can really see, right, how I cut loss mercilessly sometimes when certain things go against me. I can just cut mercilessly, one, right? My student will see it real time in PDP, right? If something go against me, I'll just cut, protect capital. You make full use of the PEM trading list. A lot of hidden gems there sometimes, right? Okay, so sometimes I also like drop some, if I got some good ideas like TAOX, crypto ideas, I usually will share in PTP as well. Okay, on my part, I like to express sincere appreciation for creating PTP. Milestone. So I met him, but I think I met him physically as well before, right? One of my students in PTP. Very happy that for his support. So he mentioned that he was working full time. He don't have enough time to screen, so he make full use of PTP to help him to screen, right? So he see what I do, and he, of course, he also filter himself whether he like it or not. Then he take it, right? And so far, it's been a very good experience for him. Okay. Also, like Song over here, right? Right, has been benefited. He mentioned that PEM lessons was even much clearer after PTP subscription because PEM must really teach you the strategy. PTP shows you how is it applied real life, right? So you know that whatever you learn in PEM is not something not practically used, right? It's practically used by me personally, right? And I'm managing a huge portfolio using my own strategy. Okay, so Ang mentioned he find useful to understand and learn how alson trade. PTP students have money gatherings to go through a trade. So I do this every month as well. I engage with my students every month, right, on the PTP portfolio. Okay, I added this as a bonus for students interested in crypto. As a bonus, guys. So for those of you enroll in PTP, right, you also be entitled, right, when you enroll, right, in my sharing for crypto within PTP. Okay. Zach mentioned here also before that he really made back his money in just one trade, right? And that was based on his own sizing, but he actually got the idea from PTP. I think he mentioned that this is also very heartfelt review, he mentioned that this you can intermittently see how I enter and exit trades. There's a lot of nuances, right, that are based from his experience as a professional trader. So like I said, also like sometimes I do things that I don't even know why I do lah. Right. So then I'll do it. Then maybe some students may ask me, right, what's my rationale, right? Okay. So like I say, also like PDP, in over here, right, you can see that the crypto is a bonus sharing. So that's how I actually, on the 10th of May, right, I shared Zcash. I bought in at $42, guys. Okay, over here, these are all shared openly here in PDP as a bonus sharing. Okay, my rationale why Zcash, all this kind of thing. Okay, and my trade history. Anyway, whatever trade I done in PDP crypto, I also share the screenshot of my entries. Okay, over here, right? And of course, $42, I continue buy. I reached out a little bit on my own. This is my own private one. Okay, so introducing the ultimate pen bundle, the mastery package, and the PDP playbook. Right, you can actually get it as a special bundle together. Okay, you can see over here, guys. These two bundled together, right? Total value is at 7,576. Let me just go to this slide. Enrollment to these two bundle, right, will be at a 67% off, guys. Now at only $2,500. It's a very good deal, guys. Okay, it's a very good deal. So now I'm sharing you guys the QR code. I know a lot of students are asking about how to enroll, and they're asking me to share with them the QR code. So here it is, right? I think my team has also put on the link for enrollment. So quickly go and click on the link, right? Or you can use your phone, guys, to scan the QR code. This is for the enrollment. This is for the enrollment to the PEM Mastery Package only at 1419 USD. Okay. If you want to enroll, right, to both the PEM Mastery Package and the PTP Playbook, 1 year access, right, to the PTP Playbook, it will start on the 1st of January, right? Because we want to give you time to study first, lah. Okay. Then, right, this will be a enrollment fee of $2,500. So basically, you top up like 1,000 plus slightly, right, to get access to the PEM Trader Playbook, PTP Playbook over here. So this ultimate bundle is actually a special deal. It's a better deal. Okay, because if you were to enroll separately, right, you actually pay higher for the PTP playbook. But if you enroll over here as a bundle, right, it actually gives you a better deal. Okay. Okay. Understand, guys? Okay. So after you learn the PEM Mastery Package, I'm very sure you want to apply whatever you learn, right, in PDP. That's why, based on popular demand, right, a lot of you are asking me Brianna, how to you actually enroll into PTP with a better deal. So now we actually package them together at the start for you guys and with a better deal. Because if you were to go for PEM Mastery Package and then later you enroll, right, separately for PTP, right, it's like you're buying a la carte. It's actually a bit more expensive. So over here, it's a much better discount. It's the special Black Friday deal. You get access to a PEM Mastery Package and 1 year access to a PDP Trader Playbook access for 1 year. Okay, and then you will get a this enrollment fees will be at 2,500 USD. It's a very good deal, guys. Okay, so quickly go and secure your enrollment, guys. My team will have sent you the link or the and or you can use the scan the QR code. Okay. Okay, guys, and there's this thing called the fast action bonus. So Brianna actually have this. For those of you who enroll in the next 15 minutes, you're going to receive this jumps. There's two bonuses that you're going to receive. Firstly, you will join in this PEM live jumpstart workshop worth $200 with YY, one of our resident trading coach. It's almost about 2 hours session, online session with him, with all other students, right? He'll basically teach you guys how to set up your charting platform. How do you use the platform, enter your first trades, right? Some of the basic details that you need to know as a beginner trader starting off. And YY is one of our trading coach. He's very proficient in trading, and I think he has a webinar coming up as well. And you'll be assisting me to run this jumpstart workshop. I think should be sometime in next year January. All right, Brianna will send you the details to sign up for this workshop. Okay, for those of you enroll in the next 15 minutes, Brianna will lock you in, right? And they will tag you for this jumpstart workshop worth $200 with YY. Okay. And also there will be another bonus for the next 15 minutes for those of you enroll. There will be additional 2 months subscription to the TAM Trader Playbook. Understand? For the ultimate package. For the ultimate package, okay, there will be additional 2 months subscription. So in total, right? In total, actually, you pay lower for PTP subscription, and also you get additional 2 months free. Understand? It's a very good deal, guys. It's a very good deal, right? I can tell you, Black Friday, after Black Friday, you will not get this 2 months subscription. I guarantee you won't get this 2 months subscription. It's only exclusively for the Black Friday sale. Okay. Okay, guys. So take note of this, right? Let me see what's the time now. Right now, it's in Singapore time about almost 4:40 p.m. Maybe we can end the 15 minutes in round up to 5 p.m. Okay, so you have about 20 minutes. 20 minutes, guys, to secure the bonuses, right? Okay. So go ahead and complete the enrollment process now. Go and take action, secure your enrollment. Right. Once you are done, come back to the webinar. I'll be sharing the 3 stock opportunities and we'll go into some Q&A session as well. Understand? Okay. To be frank, guys, when I was in university, last time I paid about $5,000 for one semester. Okay, I was in university for 4 years. In total, in Singapore universities, I think 5K per semester is cheap really. I met some US student last time. They were telling me one semester they paid about 10,000-20,000 USD. But last time when I was in Singapore, as a Singaporean, I think I paid 5K. I was in university for 4 years. In total, I paid over $40,000 for my entire university degree. I can tell you the best thing I get from my university degree is the friendship and the connection I have with my friends. But what really helps me in terms of knowledge, right, is the financial education knowledge that I learned from Adam, the skills and experience I learned when I was in the prop desk. That really helps me later on in my career, right, in trading, right, how do I grow my capital. I started with also a very small capital, but I grow it trading it as well. Okay. And right now, right, I think this program is less than some semester in the university. It's a very good deal because over here you learn a money making skill set, right? You actually learn a money making skill set, right? That you can use for, I believe, for the rest of your life. It's a life skill. This is things that you don't learn from the university. And plus the PTP playbook, right? Actually, this is really something that I would say will really benefit a lot of students. Okay. A lot of my I think a lot of the traders, veteran traders, are inside here. Right. Especially like some crypto guys. I know a lot of those crypto guys inside. Okay. Because they know that what is the subscription fee when they can get the best ideas, right? Okay. It's a very good deal, guys. Okay. Enroll now, you can get access to the PAM Mastery package and also the PTP access. Right. 1 year access plus 2 months bonus. So total 14 months, guys. It's a very good deal. It's a very good deal, guys. Okay. Go ahead and take action. Right. Click on the link that Priyana team has sent, or use the phone to scan this QR code. Or you can key in this tiny URL into your browser, and it should direct you to the ultimate pen bundle. Okay. All right. So as I'll go through the 3 stock opportunities that I'm looking at. In the meantime, quickly go and secure enrollment. Okay. There is a time limit that Priyana will give out the bonuses, guys. So secure it. I'm not sure when they will cut off. Because sometimes if they really take away the bonuses, then you may not be able to receive them later on. Okay. So grab the bonuses, right? Enroll before 5 p.m. Singapore time. Okay. First potential opportunity I'm looking at is Essential. Even though market was down the last couple of days, you realize that the Essential never really go down. It's a stock that actually at the bottom right was doing a lot of squeeze, right? And in my view, I think that Essential is almost ready to recover already. It has been beaten down, in my view, artificially suppressed for quite some time. Right? Those in PAM will know what is this setup, right? So I see this as a potential opportunity that I'm working at right now at ACN Essential. On the higher time frame, also showing also monthly chart also showing PAM setup as well. Okay. And also CRISPR Therapeutics, I think this is more on, in my view, right, more on trading the gene editing narrative. The gene editing narrative came in during COVID, but I think that the gene editing narrative may come back in next year. Okay, so this is a stock to position yourself, in my view. Okay, so I saw that actually there's some form of like a bear trap happening, not yet, but happening soon. When if the price trade back above $52 to $54 on a higher time frame. So CRISPR is a stock that I'm watching very closely now. I don't have any position in CRISPR Therapeutics, so I'm watching a stock. So it's something that I think if it form a bullish PAM setup, there's a high probability that it could reverse higher. Over this, a lot of students ask me about this. I know why, because also I think Adam shared NVO before, right? But personally, I think that this recovery may not be as sustainable in my view. I'm not really an investor, so I need to be quite precise in my entry, right? So I know that if you're investing, this is something that probably undervalued. But in terms of trading, I will want to see that the price comes down to take out the stop losses at the bottom here, at this swing low. If it does and it reverse, right, and do a bear trap, right, this is something to watch. It means that the stock could be ready to just recover. So sometimes the stock purposely do a bear trap, then recover. So this is something that I'm watching very closely now for NVO. Okay. Disclaimer, guys, as much as I mentioned all these opportunities, potential opportunities, please make sure you do your due diligence and proper risk management if you were to consider any of this. This is not financial advice. Okay. This is not financial advice. I'm just sharing with you my thought process. In fact, some of them I'm just monitoring it. Understand? Right? If you want to understand like what's the setup, then I strongly encourage you to join me in the PAM Mastery, join the PAM Mastery program, right? Course, right? To learn more about the setup. Then you understand what I'm looking at. Understand? And if you want to know what I'm taking, that will be PTP. Okay? And also for Tesla, right? I think a lot of you in the chat asked, so I put a special slide for Tesla. I'm bullish on Tesla, right? I'm still bullish on Tesla. My student know that I have a position in Tesla since April because I saw some manipulation pattern. Now could be a bit too late to enter unless there's some new bullish PAM setup to enter Tesla. That'll be safer. But the fundamental thesis for Tesla is that I think the business model will go into software as a service, SaaS model. It's no longer just like it's no longer just like I would say auto company, understand? Tesla should not be considered an auto company. Okay. So you must see Tesla as, I mean, more of an AI company already, right? By now, right? There's no second Tesla. There's no one doing what Tesla is doing in terms of their manufacturing capability. I mean, Elon Musk is sending rockets to Mars, right? To have that, you need to have a pool of talent. And in my view, I think Elon Musk can attract the talent that he needs, right? To help Tesla achieve what they want to achieve. Okay, so I do have faith in him achieving the things that he wants to achieve. I think Ron Barron said that uh Elon Musk is worth a lot. He's doing this really to leave a legacy for himself in one of the latest interview by Ron Barron, right? And I believe he's not really in it for the just for the money, but also to really create a legacy, right? So strong brand and customer loyalty. So there's a lot of like supporters, people like me, right? Superior battery technology, extensive supercharger network, one of the largest extensive network, right? Some people may say, well, how about China? It's not Tesla won't be a dominant player. It's true, but in the Western world, Tesla, in my view, will be dominant. I mean, I mean, like in the US, I think they will still have that kind of like suspicion. So a lot of people will still want to have more of like use their own like Western products. Okay, but it's okay. Both can survive, right? I think Tesla OS will still have a huge market share. And the key earning drivers in the next few years, right? In fact, now it already started. Robotaxi network, safer, high cost margin, recurring income, right? The robotaxi network will transform the how people travel, right? From one point A to point B, and also humanoid robots, which is going to be the next very, I think, hype theme next year, right? Tesla will lead by a margin, even though Boston Robotics has a first mover advantage, but Tesla lead them by a wide margin now in terms of the technology. Okay, and I believe they will be the one to be able to scale in future. Okay, so that's my take on Tesla, right? Just to share, to make this sharing complete, right? Because a lot of you asked me about Tesla also. Okay, so guys, quickly go and take action to complete your enrollment process, guys. So now there's almost 10 more minutes to 5 p.m. Singapore time. 10 more minutes, guys. Okay, so I will say again that the PAM Mastery Package on demand course is a video on demand, so you can watch it anytime you want on a lifetime access basis. If you miss this, right, this time Black Friday to enroll to this lifetime access to the PAM Mastery Package, right? Next year, Priyana guaranteed to go into subscription mode, right? Then that will be on subscription mode lah. But if you enroll now, you'll be on the lifetime access, so you don't have to pay subscription fee for the PAM Mastery Package. Understand? So it's a very good deal at 1419. But if you want to know like what kind of trades that I do in my own portfolio, to really internalize what I teach, right? In a practical sense, right? How I manage a trading portfolio real time, right? Because of market volatility, then you can go for the ultimate PAM mastery package, the ultimate PAM bundle, right? That will come with a 1 year access to the PTP playbook. Understand? This access will start on the 1st of January 2026. Why? Because to give you guys time to study the materials first. Understand? To give you guys time. Don't need to rush in first, right? I think my team will start this on the 1st of January for you. Okay? 1 year access will start. But like I said, not 1 year, right? It will be additional 2 months. It will come with additional 2 months. Okay, in total will be 14 months access. Okay. And also, guys, to get access to PDP, right, you cannot just come to PDP. You need to be at least a PEM mastery student. You need to be at least a PEM L1, L2, or PEM mastery student. PEM L1 or L2, no, PEM 1, PEM L1, L2, or PEM mastery student to come to PDP. Because I don't want students to come into PDP and they don't even know what is bullish FS, right? Because in PDP, I won't be teaching the strategy. You are assumed to have learned the strategy in PEM mastery package. Understand? So you have a foundation there. Okay. So Piana will actually check, right, whether you guys have access to the PEM mastery first. Are you enrolled to the PEM mastery first? you can't just come to PDP and then without coming for PEM mastery or the PEM L1 L2 before. Understand? Because sometimes someone may have enrolled in PM L1, then you go for L2 last time, so they will check as well. Or you come directly for this PEM mastery package before, and then you can go for PTP. If not, if you're a very new student, you can just come for you can just get the ultimate PEM bundle, and then you will get access to both the mastery and package and the PTP access. Okay. For existing PEM students, guys. For existing PEM students, right? For existing PEM students who wants to get the PTP, right? The extra bonus will be 1 month. This one is only for new students. Okay, we need to take note of this, guys. Okay, for existing students, right? For those of you enroll, there will still be a bonus, but 1 month bonus, extra bonus. But the enrollment fee for the PTP during Black Friday is already a very good deal as well. Understand? These 2 months, right, is only for the ultimate PEM bundle package students who enroll. Okay, I must make it very clear, guys, because later on, right, please don't email into PP and ask this. They will just tell you the same thing, right? Only the ultimate PEM bundle student will get the 2-month bonus, bonus to PTP playbook. If you are already a PEM student, if you want to just enroll to PTP, you can go to a website. I think you can see the PTP the enrollment fee, right? That will be, of course, the fee will be the lowest for Black Friday, but then there will be only a 1 month bonus. There's still a bonus by 1 month. This is just how we structure the deals lah. Okay, this is how we structure the deals. Understand? Okay. So I will emphasize again, guys, you can't just come for the PDP playbook if you are not existing PEM L1, L2 or PEM mastery student. Understand? Because in PDP, you will not be able to see where are all the strategies. You're assumed to know the strategy. We won't cover what's the strategy inside PDP. So you need to come to PEM mastery package first, or you need to be existing PEM L1 or L2 student first. Then you can come to PDP. This is the same for the investor class, Adams, I think, very similar to, I think, options as well. Okay. Okay, guys, let me cover some Q&A questions that you guys have. If you have any questions on the enrollment, right, you can just type inside. My team will assist you. I know a lot of you have questions on the enrollment. A lot of you are waiting to enroll and you have questions on the enrollment. Okay. I've still have quite a lot of you in the webinar, guys. I still have like 4,000 plus of you. Okay, very good, guys. Okay, you have any questions on the enrollment? You can just type in the chat. My team in Priyana, they'll be here to assist you on the enrollment. If not, quickly go and grab the deal, right, guys? Okay. Okay, Jane asks, I'm very new to trading. Can I learn whatever you teach here in PAM? I'll say that the way I structure the course, right, guys? The question is, if you're a new student, can you learn whatever I'm going to teach in PAM? The thing is that the way I structure the program, right, is in a way that will be, I would say, incremental learning. So even if you're a new student, in fact, 80% of my students are new students. We'll go from the basic to semi-advanced to advanced. Okay, and then because it's a video on demand course, you can pause the video, you can rewind the video. If you have any questions, you can always ask in the student community chat. Understand? You can always ask me or the coaches in the student community chat. Okay, so it's very good, I think, for new student. I wish I had a course like this when I was younger, much younger. Right. And to me, it's a no-brainer, right? It's a no-brainer, especially with PDP. Some more to me, even though you may see that this is a 2 months bonus, but actually there's another bonus, hidden bonus. There's a hidden bonus, it's called the crypto bonus. It's a bonus sharing for crypto right now. To me, it's a no-brainer. Right? You get access to the trade ideas for stocks and also crypto. It's like one stone kill two birds. You're like 2 playbook in one. It's a very, to me, it's no-brainer. Right. I share things like that. Like the Zcash, all these I share in PDP one. Can you take the trades? Richard asks, can you take the trades in let's say the KL market? You can use a strategy to trade Singapore, KL. I have students from India trade Indian stocks. You will trade Tokyo stocks also can, right? Like Meta Planet, some of my students ask me about Meta Planet. 3350. I would say you can use the same strategy. In fact, I'm using PAM strategy to time my entries into 3350, right, in Meta Planet. Not yet. The chart is not ready yet. So things like that you can use a strategy to help you. Right? These are all what we call non-US markets. Non-US markets, right? Usually I'm more long only. Because there will be usually restriction to short and hold overnight. So primarily still long only. Also depending on market condition. Like right now, I am bullish on the market. So January, I'm still long. My students know that I'm January, Alson is still long, right? Okay. Okay, guys. I was told by Priyana, right? Because a lot of you are asking about the enrollment, they are they're going to extend the fast action bonus by another 15 minutes. So it will be until 5:15 because a lot of you have questions on the enrollment. They are still clarifying, helping you guys, right? Or I know a lot of you have already enrolled and a lot of you are doing the enrollment now. So we will extend this by another 15 minutes. Okay. Stephanie asked, when do I think the crypto cycle will end in mid 2026 or till the end of 2026? I think this is going to be extended crypto cycle. I personally think that it could extend until 2027. The way it seems now, it could extend towards 2027. How come I feel that most of you asked the question is mostly crypto related? Emma asked, what's my view on the treasury company like MSTR? MSTR, okay, like MSTR right now, unless there's a PEM sell, if not, I won't enter. It's on my watch list in PTP. It's in my watch list in PTP, but there's no setup yet. So personally, I think that I remain long-term bullish on Bitcoin. So MSTR to me is like a leverage vehicle on BTC accumulation. I don't think it's going to be up to go away, but I will only enter if there's a PEM setup. Okay. Will ask Solana, is it a valid coin now? What do I what's my view on trading Bitcoin memes? I personally I'm not a big fan of Solana. Okay, I'm more of a for layer one's operating system. I still prefer Ethereum. Memes again, you unless there's a setup in PEM's setup, I will not just buy memes like this. But I think meme will not come now because right now I think meme is a late is may come later on when probably after odd season next time. I don't think so anytime soon because now liquidity is very low at a very low level now in crypto. You can sense it, right? People are selling BTC, odds are bleeding. Where's liquidity to play memes, right? It may come later on in the cycle when liquidity recovers. Okay. Okay. Yong asks, will the PEM strategies change when AI agent involved in trading, like detecting bear trap that you mentioned earlier on? It's a good question. It is a question of also like I think a lot of people ask, like, let's say there is algos, right? Do I use algos? The thing is this, guys. Behind an algo is a human mind. Personally, right? Personally, the only algo I use is an OCO algo, one cancel other algo. Other than that, I don't dare to use any algo. Just my take. I think if you want to use algo, right, is you can only do it at mainly at a company level where you have people monitoring 24/7. Because if I'm trading, let's say maybe a 10K account, I don't mind using algo. Automate the strategy. But what if 10th of October happened again? Do you trust algo to manage your trade? Or when market is in a turbulent, right? Is volatile. You may if you have a big portfolio, can you sleep at night knowing that the algos are running it for you? To me personally, I feel very uncomfortable. So I still prefer to look at the thing myself because there are still a lot of nuances in trading. Like I think that discretionary trading still have a place in the market, no matter whether it's AI, whether there's AI. AI help to filter things, how to automate things, but decision making, when to buy, how much to buy, your feel of the market, judgment call, trader judgment call, all these things, right, may not be able to program. That's why there's still a value to a human touch, right? Understand? I feel that if you use algo, there will be always a cap. You maybe you put 10K inside the algo, you can sleep. Maybe you put 100K, maybe you can sleep. But later you got 1 mil, then you put 1 mil inside, maybe I can tell you maybe you cannot sleep really because that's where you know that you have to monitor it 24/7. And when you can only do that, maybe you're on a company level, right? You have a lot of people monitoring for you. I used to be in the prop desk, we used to do spreads. I can tell when we do spreads, right? Because there's no stop loss, we need to monitor it. And to monitor it is a hassle, you know why? Because some of us, we all trade the same times, the trade session. But then again, in the morning, we need someone to monitor. So we take turns. Then we don't dare to do too big a size because you may have algos, but when market changes, right, when there's a rub event suddenly come, right, algos need to react. Sometimes you see the algo go crazy and you need to intervene. You understand? Okay, so I think there's still a form of human touch involved. But discretionary trading, I think still have a place in the markets, no matter what. Okay, guys. If you have any questions, can just type in the Q&A chat. My team will assist you on the enrollment. If not, now it's 5:07 now, guys. We have 8 more minutes before the fast action bonus for the ultimate pen bundle will end, guys. Okay, so quickly go and grab this if you do not yet have access to this. Existing student, you may not be able to get this bundle, but because you also you are already existing student, you will also be able to get a 1 month bonus for the PTP. Access is still at a lower rate during Black Friday. Okay. Yes, you need to have both level 1, level 2 to be, you need to be enrolled, guys. You need to be enrolled to the level 1, level 2 in PEM, or you enrolled to PEM Mastery Package, then you can enroll to PTP. Understand? Okay. Because when you come into PTP, you cannot be, you don't even know the strategy, right? Right. Priyana, this is Priyana, our policy, enrollment policy. Okay. It's the same for options, I believe. Right. You need to understand the option strategy. You need to understand the PEM strategy. Then you can come to PTP playbook. Okay. Okay, I know a lot of you are considering are doing the enrollment now, and you have some questions. Don't worry, my team will take time to digest your questions, guys, because I still have like 4,000 of you right now, and I know a lot of you are doing the enrollment now to grab this good deal. Okay, this deal is the best deal you will get in the whole year. In Black Friday is the lowest, the cheapest price you will get. So it's a good time to enroll, right? Okay. Helen mentioned that so true about algos. I test drove a Tesla full self-driving in Australia. It stopped in the middle of the 5-way intersection and I had to intervene. Yep. I think things will improve, but as of now, there's still a lot more. There's a lot more. I think iteration. I think we will get there. We'll get there in terms of like really, really good FSD, but probably another 1-2 years. Okay, to be really, really the FSD become really, really, I would say human-like. Okay. Let me see some of the questions here. Alson, do you think that the market maker will change the strategy if we all learn the same? Okay, my personal take is this, guys. I've been doing trading this for 14, I'll say more than 10 years now, right? More than 10 years. The strategies that I've used have almost the same. You can ask the existing student, I hardly change it. The reason is because I usually do a bit of tweak, but that's it. Right? Because the core fundamental principles of all the strategy is based on market manipulation. And market manipulation is something that will never really change. It's just like when you go to a casino, right? When you go to a casino, you realize that all the casino got the same game, blackjack. If blackjack works, why would the casino want to change the game? If blackjack is a good game, So to me, right, manipulation is like a blackjack that it works. Market maker doesn't really need to change, right? And even if the market maker did something to change the, let's say, the price structure, I will also adapt. But like I said, I think even though I teach all my students already, I still think that because we all trade different asset classes, that's why we don't go and trade too illiquid stock. Right? I told my students this as well, right? When you trade, right, guys, you go for trade charts stocks with average volume at least 100K. And then the bid ask spread guys, should not be less than 0.5%. So it shouldn't be more than the bid ask spread should be less than 0.5%. Okay, should be less than the tighter the better. Okay, this will give you a good sense of whether the stock got enough liquidity. If the spread is too wide, right, usually it's not easy for you to get in and get out. It's the same thing as Stanley Druckenmiller mentioned, right? When you want to enter a trade, he first look at the liquidity of the stock, whether he can get in and out without much damage. Okay. Joanne, what's your question? Please ask again. I can't see your question. Jin asks, would like to hear your take with regards to self-driving technology between Waymo and Tesla. What do you reckon age out in the next 8 years? Jin, by now you know that I'm biased towards Tesla. Right. Waymo is using LiDAR, right? LiDAR to me is a very clunky technology. Tesla is using cameras, right? And I think the way they train the cameras, eventually, even now, I think they have aesthetically looks nicer, and I think Tesla will eventually age out way more. That's my take. Tesla has come this far to fail in FSD. They have come this far, they cannot fail in FSD. IV, what's my view on Hood? Robinhood may form a PEM setup. Still waiting for this thing called EXE. It could be a UC pattern. You understand what's UC pattern in the program? Okay. Mahi also same for BMMR. It could turn into a DR1 structure. BMMR could turn into a DR1 structure. Okay. Okay, guys. I'll hand over to Nas. Okay. Okay, please don't forget to join in tomorrow's Adams and Bang session on options. Right. I think tomorrow Adam will start first, and then later on Bang will continue. Right. I think tomorrow Adam in the morning, right? Nas will share with you more details on what Adam is going to share tomorrow. Okay, and then afternoon I think will be Bang, right? Okay. So let me just do a smooth transition to Nasri. Nasri will be, I think there's a lot of administrative questions, so I think it's a good time to get Nasri on board now to answer some of your administrative questions. Okay, stay behind, guys. I will pass on to Nas. Stay behind.
All right, thanks,
Nas,
Alson.
you can take over.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Alson. So I think, in my opinion, I think that session was absolutely packed. I think that was incredibly comprehensive, the sharing by Elson. So I think Elson also covered almost everything in terms of the technical questions and also admin questions. However, I'm still seeing several admin-related questions coming in that I can attend to, especially around the access, what's included in the PAM mastery package, in the Ultimate PEM bundle and what happens immediately after enrollment. So let me take a few moments to actually run through this admin question just to make sure everyone here has a full clarity before the room closes, yeah? Okay, let me see the question. Okay, so question from Brian. What's the difference between the PEM Mastery Package and the Ultimate PEM Bundle? Okay, so I think I'll make it clear for this one. The PEM Mastery Package consists of on-demand videos that gives you the full learning roadmap. So basically include the PEM Level 1 and PEM Level 2 courses. Okay, so I think PEM Level 1, it's somehow built your foundation. Understand how market makers move pricing, spotting manipulation zone, managing risks, and planning clean setups. While level 2 takes a deeper into advanced continuation and reversal patterns, and also advanced strategies, and how to apply PEM across stocks, forex, and crypto as well. So, for the ultimate PEM bundle, it includes everything from the PEM mastery package plus the PEM trader playbook, which is the PTP, which is where the real execution support comes in. So with the ultimate options bundle, right, you also get the 12 times live monthly premium reports from Elson. When we mention live, even though it's live, the sessions are recorded and it will be uploaded to the portal as well. So for those who missed it, can also view the sharing. For the ultimate PEM bundle, you also include the real-time trade notifications when Elson enters or exits a trade, the PTP trade watch list, the trade review sheet, and the PEM strategy strips, and also the access to the PTP discussion channels. So in simple terms, right, for PEM mastery, basically you learn the strategy from Elson, from the on-demand courses. Ultimate PEM bundle includes of course, the on-demand courses where you learn the strategy, and on top of that, you can see how Elson actually executes the trades in real time and get all the tools, reports, and notifications to follow along confidently. Okay. So how do I access the course after I pay? Okay, from John. So once your payment goes through, you receive an onboarding email from us with clear step-by-step instructions on how to access everything. That same email also includes the steps to join our private Discord communities, where you can connect with other PEM traders and also mentors. So everything you need actually is in the onboarding email as well. So if you don't see it within 10 minutes, just feel free to check your promotions and spam folder. And if it's still not there, just email support@prenarprofits.com and my team will resend it right away. Okay? I think to make it clear for you guys, right? Let me share my screen. Okay. Can you guys see my screen here? Let me see. Okay, so for I think let me start for those who actually purchased the Ultimate PEM bundle. So once you enroll, you actually receive this email from us. Welcome to Ultimate PEM bundle. This basically this email will actually inform you what is included in the PEM bundle, Ultimate PEM bundle, which is the PTP as well as the PEM Mastery package stated here. And then of course, if you sign up today, so of course you need to actually act fast. It's for a limited time only. For this bundle, you get actually free 2 months PEM trader playbook. And this means your total subscription for PTP will now be extended to 14 months. So it's all stated in the email as well. Then what you do is that you'll click here and you'll be redirected to this page. Okay, can you guys see the page? Okay, this is an onboarding page whereby all you need to do is just follow step by step to actually have access to all that is included in the PEM Ultimate PEM bundle. And first and foremost, I think you guys can see the red color. I think it's a PSA for you guys. Actually, there's gonna be actually scammers who attempt to actually add you as friends on Discord and all that. So this is a disclaimer to actually tell you not to actually accept them as your friend or even reply to their direct message, because us Prenar Profits team and all our mentors won't be message you directly. And then here are all the emails that you will receive actually when you onboard. As you can see here, for new students, you can see the notifications at Teachable, whereby you will have access to our platform where you can view the PEM mastery courses on demand. And then for the login for the PTP, it's also here. So you can see what email that you receive in, the email address, the sender name. So you can actually just see through your inbox and actually log in accordingly. Yeah. Everything's here, step by step. We also have video guides for you on how you can actually access all the courses and also the PTP playbook, and also the steps on how you can get onboarded on our Discord. Okay, so for those who actually subscribe to the PEM Ultimate PEM bundle, you will be in two separate exclusive Discord channel. One is the PTP Discord channel, and another one will be the PEM Discord channel. So there's two separate channels, yeah, for you guys. Now let me go through for those who actually signed the PEM Mastery Package. For PEM Mastery Package, you'll receive again the same onboarding email message. Will tell you what actually you have access to. Again, you have an onboarding page whereby it's the same thing. It'll guide you accordingly. However, for this one, you don't have access to the PTP. So this is what you can actually expect in your inbox on how you can actually access your courses. All the instructions are here. Again, video guides, instructions, everything. Yep. So just follow through all the instructions here. If there's any issue, not to worry. Just reach out to our WhatsApp or email us at support@Preneur Profits. We'll definitely assist you on that to get you onboarded. Okay. Okay. Let me move on to the next question. Is there a community to discuss with fellow traders? I think I just mentioned that just now. I think yes, absolutely. So when you join PEM Mastery, you'll get lifetime access to the PEM Mastery Discord community. This is where traders actually share their chart setups, market insights, and also help each other refine their PEM execution. So it's an active daily, and you'll have access to it forever. And if you're getting the Ultimate PEM bundle, on top of the PEM Mastery Discord community, you also unlock the PTP Discord community as well, which includes the real-time trade notification channel and also the PTP discussion group for deeper breakdowns and discussion on the PTP trades. However, just note that PTP community access is tied to your PTP subscription period. So it stays active as long as your subscription is still active. Example, right now, if you sign up for the Ultimate PEM bundle, your access to PTP will start at 1st January 2026. Therefore, after 14 months, that basically if you did not wish to actually renew the playbook, your access to the community and the playbook itself will be removed. Question from Janice. Is this a yearly subscription? Okay, again, I think she did not mention actually, is it for the PEM Mastery or the Ultimate PEM bundle, but I'll just mention for both. For PEM Mastery package, that's a one-time payment for lifetime access. So you'll never be charged again. Once you're in, you can rewatch all lessons and future updates forever. I think Alson also mentioned that actually moving forward next year, we'll actually move to the subscription model. So if you want to actually have access to the courses for a lifetime and also the updates to the courses for a lifetime, this is the best time to actually purchase it. Okay. And also for the Ultimate PEM bundle, the bundle actually includes the PEM Mastery package that I mentioned, plus the PTP, which works differently. So I think your PEM Trader Playbook, it's a yearly subscription. It's not lifetime. For PEM Mastery, it's a lifetime. For the PEM Trader Playbook, however, it's a yearly subscription, which means you have full access to the playbook and exclusive Discord channel throughout your active subscription period. Okay, and right now, I think Alson mentioned, I'm not too sure how many times he mentioned that, but it's quite a number of times that he mentioned that for right now, there's actually a bonus for 2 months for those who actually purchase the Ultimate PEM bundle, and it won't be here for long. So please, if you want to actually make purchase now, because by the time if the period ends and you email us, it may be difficult for us to actually accede to your request. Yeah. So what bonuses do I get when I join? From Kim. All right, Kim, you didn't mention which package you're referring to, but if you're joining the PEM Mastery package, you'll get, again, lifetime access to the PEM Traders discussion group, the PEM trade review sheet, the risk and money management spreadsheet, the strategy screening scripts for TOS and also TC2000, and also the quick reference guides for PEM level 1 and level 2. And as the fast action bonus, I think that my team is actually extending that as well for you guys. If you guys are keen to actually enroll, this is the PEM Life Jumpstart Workshop with YY. So this will be recorded as well. Again, nearing, I think most likely will be on January 2026. So if you are keen to actually attend, please do attend it live where you can actually ask YY questions. However, not to worry if you missed it. It will be recorded and uploaded in the portal, yeah? And also for the Ultimate PEM bundle, you receive the PEM Mastery bonuses as well that I mentioned earlier, and also the additional 2 months. Yeah. So Melissa mentioned, what if I can't attend the 12 times live monthly premium reports for PTP? Again, not to worry at all. Even though it's live, it will be recorded. Okay, so first and foremost, I think you'll be invited to the monthly session through Discord and email. So just keep a lookout for that. And if you can't make it live, all sessions are recorded and uploaded to the portal. Okay. And once the replay is uploaded, we'll actually again ping you inside the Discord channel where you receive notification to mention that actually this session has been recorded, so you can actually view it on your own time. Will this session be recorded? Can we watch it later? I think we received this quite a lot today. Yes, all the sessions today, be it from Adam or Elson, will be recorded. So once you actually registered, you'll be receiving a follow-up email from us. By the end of, most likely will be either end of today or tomorrow. You'll actually receive the recordings in terms of the replays, so you can actually watch it. Again, it's a limited time replay. As you know, this promotion is for a limited time only, so it'll be a limited time replay, and most of the sharings are also time sensitive, and the promotions as well. So please do take action fast. Who can I contact if I face any issues? I think just email support@profits.com and also WhatsApp us. Not to worry, I think that goes to our CX team. We may yeah, and I think we will be more than happy to assist you. You may actually WhatsApp us and also email us at support@profits.com. I think that the team currently right now is actually working hard backhand to actually assist with all the questions that is coming in for the past 2 sessions. Yeah. Okay, I think that's about all on my end. I think that wraps up the main admin questions that we've been actually getting during Elson segment. I think to round off, I think everything's simple. Lifetime access for PEM Mastery, for Ultimate PEM Bundle, which include the PEM Mastery. We have lifetime access to the PEM Mastery course. On top of that, you have a yearly subscription for the PTP as well. So all the onboardings are instant, quickly, as you mentioned. I think the email just now, you receive that once you actually subscribe, and also make payment to our courses and also our playbooks. You actually receive the onboarding email, so feel free to take a look, read the instructions, also read the PSA about the scammers as well. So do read the instructions, and you'll definitely be in the community in no time. I think I've received also questions on the investing Discord. Let me see. Okay, so I think I've also questioned regarding about, okay, I think you guys signed up for the earlier investing the IFT, the Investor Fast Track mentorship, and you're asking how you can actually get access to the Discord. Again, like I mentioned, let me screen. Okay, so the steps are all similar. All you need to do is just go to your email. There's actually an onboarding. Instead of the PEM bundle, we are the Investor Fast Track bundle, mentorship, sorry. Again, what's inclusive is inside. You click on the onboarding page, then you'll go to the Discord section, whereby there's actually steps on how you can join the community. Of course, first is to join our server as well. And then, of course, to actually set your privacy, to ensure that you are able to actually receive receive message from the bot first. Then you interact with the bot. Once you interact the bot, they will ask you for your email. Just follow the steps. Follow your email. Then you receive a token verification in your email. You give it to the bot, and the bot will grant you all the access that is under your purchase. Simple as that. And we have also for existing students as well. So for existing students and also for new students, there's actually 2 different steps for you. Just take a look at the onboarding page, follow the steps, and everything will be fine. Again, if you encounter any issues, email us at support@profits.com or WhatsApp the team, and we'll definitely assist you on that. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's about all. Again, let me share the screen. So again, I think before I go, this is the QR code for you to actually make purchase now. Again, it will be for a limited time, this offer. So do take advantage now. Once it's end, it won't be here again. The bonus months, the package, the bundle, and also for the PAM Mastery again. Let me reiterate that Elson mentioned next year it will moving to the subscription basis. So take advantage now. Yeah. Okay, so I think whether you choose both either the PAM Mastery package or Ultimate PAM bundle, both give you the lifetime access to the full PAM Mastery training. But if you want the best value, of course, the Ultimate PAM bundle includes everything in PAM Mastery plus the 14 months of the PTP playbook as well. So if you're ready to take trading to the next level, again, scan the QR code, click on the link in the chat. If you guys have any questions still, our team won't be closing the room immediately. You can still chat with us. We're gonna reply you on all your admin questions. That we see later on. So I think that wraps up about Black Market Day One. I think again, what a lineup, what a sharing. I think tomorrow, I think we'll get even better with the options sharing by Elson and also Bang. So make sure you'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. SGT Singapore time because Adam is opening day 2. So I think he'll be opening it with basically the 33K a month options loophole for free premiums. So basically Adam will be showing you how he pockets an average of US 33K a month in options premiums, even in hot markets. Then right after that, again, the content and the sharing won't stop there. Bang will actually continue his sharing at 1:30 p.m. SGT. His topic is C2D option strategy, profit from AI rallies without the whiplash. So if you want steady returns without getting shaken up by the volatility, this is a session to watch and to stay tuned. Okay, so don't miss it. Again, day 2 starts at 10 a.m. SGT tomorrow. Again, we are still here. If you have any questions, just shoot it in the chat box and we're gonna assist you with that. Yep. Okay. Once again, thank you so much for attending Black Market Day 1. See you guys tomorrow.